And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Hambler, Ohio tonight. Patrick Henry High School is our Friday night football on Q96.5 FM and BryanSports.com as the Patriots hosting the Golden Bears here tonight in an NWOAL conference football game, and one of two here now for the Bears as they go on the road 2 weeks in a row before they close everything out on that final Friday night here in October with a game against Evergreen. But tonight, basically, it's the Golden Bears and the Patrick Henry Patriots, and then next week we head over to Liberty Center, and we will have football over at Liberty next week. The final time of the season that we get to go to LC this year. So should be an interesting night tonight. The two teams come in. They're relatively evenly matched this evening as Bryan comes in at 3-4, 2-2 in the conference, and Patrick Henry comes in at 2-5, 1-3 in the conference. Let's take a look at how these two teams got here as we go back all the way to August 25th in the first week of the season. Van Wert was the first opponent for the Golden Bears. They hosted Van Wert this year, and they got toasted by Van Wert 27-7. At the same time, Patrick Henry was losing a close game to Leipzig 7-6. The very first Friday night of September had Bryan heading over to Toledo to play Woodward. They snuck one out against Toledo Woodward 20-14. And at the same time, Patrick Henry had decided to play one of the toughest football teams in the state of Ohio, Marion Local. And Marion Local with a big beat down that night, 41-0 over Patrick Henry. Moved to week number 3, September the 8th. It was Fairview 15, Bryan 6. That's the game that Coach Redhead still says is the toughest of all the losses that he has had so far this year. A ball game he thought he should have won, a ball game they were relatively in control of and had the ability to make it happen, and didn't make it happen. On that same evening, Patrick Henry was beating Columbus Grove 43-25. On September the 15th, Bryan took Swanton in a comeback game, 27-24. PH was beating Delta 35-22. On September 22nd, Archibald beat Patrick Henry 42-13, while Wauseon was doing the same to Bryan that night, 48-14. Except the last Friday night in September saw Archibald blanking Bryan 28-0, and Swanton just nipping Patrick Henry 23-22. And then last week, setting this ball game up here for tonight, Bryan comes in after a cakewalk over Delta, 49-7, and Evergreen beats Patrick Henry 30-13. When we got to this point, I think we all thought that maybe the toughest two games of the three were going to be PH, Liberty, and then Evergreen, with Liberty probably being the toughest. And at this moment, it sure does look like Evergreen's playing about as good a football as anybody in the conference. And that final game may be the toughest game for the Bears to have to deal with this year. Our ball game being brought to you tonight by newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger, by Amerimade Realty, American Family Insurance, by Stark's Heating and Cooling, Thiel Supply, Fair Auto Repair, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Northwest State Community College, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Krill Funeral Home and Crematory, the Athletic Brewsters of the Bryan High School, Darrow Shirkey Ford, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, and by Bryan Municipal Utilities, your hometown utilities with high-speed internet and cable TV. And it is thanks to BMU tonight that we are streaming this football game back to you, whether you're listening to us on BryanSports.com or Q96.5 FM. We do have the Bryan Ford Lincoln Extra Point pregame interview with the coach coming up, but right now we need to step away for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll hear from the coach here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Extra Point with Jim Thunderbird and head coach Grant Redhead.
Welcome to the Extra Point. Coach Redhead, a little better week last week, but at the Delta, I think everybody knew the situation with Delta. They had a bunch of kids that decided they didn't want to play football anymore, so it made it a little bit easier, but it's always good to get a W. And can you get things out of a game like that still?
Well, we can. We got to see good execution. Gave our kids some confidence. got to play those backups that don't normally get a lot of time. They got a lot of time even in the first half. I only gave the starters one series in the second half, and then I subbed everyone. And you know, so we got a lot of experience for our kids. And you know, you don't want to boot heel somebody else's kids. You know, you don't want to take that love of the game out of them. You know, and I talked to several of their players after. I said, just keep playing. It's going to get better. You keep playing, you keep working, it gets better. You know, but I got respect for you guys because you're showing up and you're trying every day.
Yeah, no doubt. The one running back they had, I thought he played hard all night long. He was a load, too.
Yeah, he did, and, you know, he was physical, and he's probably their top kid, and he was one of the young men I talked to. And like I said, you got to respect that. You know, the others didn't want to follow direction and you know, tried that little rebellion, and, no, you know, there's a head coach for a reason.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Now, you've seen the tape and everything. What did you see that you liked out of your guys last week?
Well, I saw that, you know, they didn't pull back. They didn't get up 1 or 2 scores and just say, okay, you know, here. They kept all pistons firing, you know, pedal to the metal, full throttle until we pulled them back, and that's what you like. You know, you don't want kids to get complacent, and they didn't do that. So we were pleased with the film.
Yeah, very good. Good win, a conference win. Now all of a sudden you get the chance to go on the road for a couple of weeks. Do you think you've grown in the first 7 weeks of this season? Because I know everybody looked at those Patrick Henry Liberty Center games as those 2 games in that last third of that season. Have you grown? Are you ready for them? Yeah, you know, I think we're developing. You know, we've stayed fairly healthy. We've got a couple injuries we had this week, which, you know, one of our starting offensive linemen rolled his ankle, so he'll be out. But it's got to be next man up. You know, that's the thing, and that's why we try and prepare for 1s and 2s and get them time in practice and games. So I think we'll be all right. You know, there's Patrick Henry. They're still going to play hard for Coach Inselman, and but they're young and they make mistakes, and they've got 9 two-way starters. They have 2, and you know, we could get away with not having any, but you know, when you earn it, you earn it, and it's yours, and that's the way I think about it, at least. Yeah, no, I think it's a good idea too to do it that way. It keeps a kid, they're kids, man. They can run all night long, really. Yeah. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, I always got a kick out of anybody saying, well, can't play that kid 2 ways. You play him 1 way, and he takes off after the game, and he's running and doing and going until midnight. So let's run a little more energy out of it. That's fine. You play them when you need them, and when you don't need them, you give them some rest to make sure they have that gas in the 4th quarter. And usually that's what we do, and it's worked out. No doubt. All right, well, we'll talk about PH when we come back. We're at halftime here in the Extra Point. We'll be right back.
Things are pretty much business as usual here at Bryan Ford Lincoln. Our techs are providing the same high-quality service that everyone in Northwest Ohio expects. Our sales team is providing our customers with the best price on new and pre-owned vehicles. Everyone is focused on winning another President's Award from Ford. Yeah, pretty much business as usual. Oh, I guess there is one thing different. Stop out and see the all-new Bryan Ford Lincoln.
Well, Coach, you started talking about it, the trip over to PH, okay, coming up this week. That's always a tough spot. Coach Inselman came back last year. They had one of those magic years, and now he's going through that kind of reality year right now. As you said, the cover's not quite as full over there as it has been in the last few years. Yeah, you know, they lost all their seniors but 2, and you know, they played a tougher schedule than they played in years. I mean, they had Macomb and Marion Local the first 2 games. Yeah. You know, that the outgoing AD set up before he left, and that was a gift to Coach Inselman. And, you know, I get along with Bill fine. He's an old school coach. He's just kind of, you know, we talk about different things other than football when we see each other because that's the type. He'll get the kids ready, and they're playing hard. It's just they're young. They make youthful mistakes, and you know, they've got so many going both ways that they do run out of gas. They do get tired. You know, I mean, when you got a 2-way guy against a 1-way guy, it's going to happen. Yeah, no doubt about that. They're always tough to play on their field, and I think from what I've seen with the Bryan teams, oftentimes it's tough for them to go and play on that field. Do you get the feeling the guys are ready to go over there and do that this Friday? Yeah, you know, we've had a decent week of practice, and you know,
95% of our guys are healthy. You know, we had a couple dings here, but I think the guys that are in there, you know, can handle it. Game plan's good. I like it. I like the matchup. We're 3-4 and they're 2-5, so there's not a lot of difference. And we haven't played a lot of the common opponents. They played Swanton tight like we did.
Right.
So I think it's just going to be the turnovers and mistakes. It's one of those things, and I know it sounds like I sound like a broken record sometimes.
Yeah.
But that is the factor when two teams are evenly matched. It's penalties and turnovers, and we're getting better at that.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. I've always liked this part of the season because you see the teams that really progress now, okay? If your team really has grown up at this point in time, we can handle going into PH and playing and give them a good game. Will you win, will you don't win, you see them grow up a little bit, and you go to Liberty the next week. Do you kind of feel the same way?
Yeah, I thought we finished strong last year, and I think we'll finish strong again this year. I mean, the kids are getting it. They're still healthy. They're still focused. It's playoffs is not a complete out of the picture. We get 3 in a row, and some other people lose. We're sitting at 15 in our region, which is better than we have been in a long time.
Sure.
We could be all right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's interesting, to say the least.
It really is. Well, 3 more weeks, 2 on the road, 1 back at home. With that, we'll wish you good luck. And football's next here on the Q and on BMU TV.
This is my story. I'm a mother of 3, a wife, and a cat operator. I earned my degree in mechanical engineering technologies. Now I have a career doing exactly what I studied. I learned more, now I earn more.
Andrews O'Neill & Lowe is committed to providing you the best value for your insurance dollar. We are an agency built on integrity, offering personal service and sound advice you can trust. That's why we partner with experienced carriers like the Central Mutual Insurance Company for your auto, home, or business insurance needs. Central's quality insurance products are reasonably priced and backed by prompt, professional service, providing value for your peace of mind. Andrews O'Neill & Lowe is your local Central agent. Call us today at 419-636-5050.
At Krill Funeral Service, we are professionals with the sincere desire to reward every family who have placed their trust and confidence in us by being attentive to every detail, displaying the highest level of courtesy and compassion, and providing the greatest measure of respect for their wishes. As remembrance planners, our goal is to help families find joy in the way they choose to remember, honor, and celebrate the wonderful life of their loved one. Krill Funeral Service, we are experts at helping hearts heal.
And welcome back here, the Patrick Henry Band on the field right now as we get ready for the national anthem here from Patrick Henry tonight, as the Bears and the Patriots are going to be taking on each other here at the Patrick Henry High School, and the teams are out on the field right now. The Bears will be in their white jerseys with their purple pants and the gold helmets and purple trim, and the Patriots tonight come in their home unis. They've got the white pants, the red jerseys here, the red pants and the red jerseys with the white helmets here tonight as they start coming out of the dressing room and head towards the field. And we have a little bit of time here. The Bears tonight won the tip tonight, or won the kickoff, the flip tonight. And they'll have the football. And with that, we're going to step away. It's time for the national anthem here from Patrick Henry. When we come back, we'll give you starting lineups, get you ready for the football here on Q96.5 FM.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Dara Shirky Ford Lincoln's employee discount is available to everyone, and the savings on new Ford trucks is incredible.
I'm Dieter with Daryl Shirky Ford Lincoln, showing you the brand new 2017 Ford F-150 XLT. Has an MSRP of $42,040, with Ford rebates up to $5,250. With a Daryl Shirky employee discount of $4,335, bringing the price of the truck to $32,455, and you'll save up to $10,000 on this truck.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
Welcome back in here to Patrick Henry on the Golden Bear Sports Network here on a Friday night as we're already into week number 8. It's hard to imagine, but we are there already. And why don't we take a look at the offensive side of the football right now for the Golden Bears. They won the toss tonight. So they decided that they wanted the football, and they will take the football and start off with their offense here this evening. And our American Family Insurance starting lineup for the Bears tonight, you're going to find quite a bit of this lineup, I would think. Zach Nobis will be the quarterback. Running backs, they will alternate between Noah Bonney and also Dom James, and they will bring Devontae Royster in, and he will play a fullback kind of role at times when he's not playing tight end. Receivers will include Austin Dean, Jay Mannix. You're probably going to see a little bit of Spencer Winsler tonight. Bryce Wagner will get a little bit of time on the field as a running back here this evening, and Bryson Andrews, another one of the wide receivers here this evening. The offensive line will line up like this. At left tackle, it will be Joe Feder. At left guard, Tyler Hartsock. The center is Travis Beck. Right guard is Keegan Brown. The right tackle is Carter Hoffman, and that is how the Bears will play this evening. And on the other side of the football for Patrick Henry tonight, it's going to be an interesting situation. This is a defensive team that brings 4 of their top 9 tacklers from last year back, but that means that they lost quite a few of their football players off of a football team that actually went to the state semifinals in Division VI last year. They lose Trey Zimmer, who was the player of the year in the NWOAL last season. He had 109 tackles. He had 11 tackles for loss, and he is at Capital University from what we hear here tonight. Kent Peterson, who was the number 2 tackler and also one of the all-conference defensive players for these Patrick Henry Patriots last year. He had 75 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 7 sacks. And Tristan Novak, the third of the NWAL first-team players that was lost off the team, had 74 tackles and was their number 3 guy on that NWAL number 1 squad here for them last year. But the cupboard is not bare. Basically, when you go through the team that they have, you have T.J. Ramey here, who was an all-conference nose guard last year, and a football team that was worked around him to try to accommodate him. Again, we talk about Patrick Henry. They are the smallest Division VI school in the state of Ohio here right now, and next year they may be playing D7 as we get underway for that. The ball is on the tee. Patrick Henry about ready to kick things off. We will look out on the football field. Austin Dean will be on the visitors' sideline at about the 12, and on our home side, Logan Clemens at about the 12-yard line as we get ready to put this one in play. Hope you're ready for some football. We're ready to bring it to you here from Patrick Henry tonight. I'm all by myself. Chris Malinga's got the weekend off, so we'll try to do our best. This little squib kick is picked up at about the 35-yard line by the Bears and will be returned all the way out to the 45-yard line. Looked like they were trying to catch a snap in just a little bit. Dominic James there to pick the ball up at the 30, and he brings it out to the 45-yard line, 46-yard line of Bryan, and a nice job by Dom James to bring that football back on a 16-yard return. So the Bears will have the football first down and 10 at their 46-yard line. Bears will send a receiver to the top. They'll send 4 receivers here on the short side of the field, which is the home side, and they'll go empty backfield for Zach Nobis. The only guy to the top, I believe, is Nate Miller, and they will send Miller now in motion. They'll fake the ball. Nobis will take the football, come right up the middle of the football field for just a short pickup as he gets about a yard. So Nobis gets to the 47. And that'll be second down now, and the tackle was made by T.J. Ramey, the nose tackle, after a very short pickup by Zach Nobis. So a 1-yard run by Nobis sets up a second down and 9, and now the Bears send doubles to the top and doubles to the bottom. Smith's the receiver right in front of me, and I believe that is Austin Dean to the top with flankers on both sides. Bears look like they might have started a little early, but they're going to allow it to be played, and the ball's thrown across the middle of the field and caught. A nice job by Logan Clements as Clements catches the ball and brings it into the Patrick Henry side of the football field at the 44-yard line. So a nice pickup there for the Bears as they throw and catch, and Clemens has his first catch of the night, and it's third down now and 1. Again, the Bears with that empty backfield look, doubles on both sides, top and bottom. Nobis in the backfield, and you've got to expect maybe he's going to call his own number here as he spreads the football field out. This time he drops, then throws, and he's going to look to run now, and he's got the first down at the 40, up the Patrick Henry sideline at the 30, and he'll step out of bounds inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line. So Nobis with a nice little run, and the first down is the Bears' second here on this drive, and the pickup was almost 20 yards, 25 yards on that carry as the Bears have the football on the Patrick Henry 18-yard line. First down and 10, just underway, 10:29 to play opening quarter. No score on the main stop scoreboard. Glad to have you with us here on the Q tonight, 96.5 FM. Bears will send 3 receivers to the top. That is Andrews, along with Smith and Dean, and 2 receivers to the bottom and go empty backfield again. Nobis calls for the football, drops in the pocket, throws across the middle, thought he had a guy heading towards the end zone. He overthrew it, but he did have good pressure coming at him. He got hit as he let go of the football. So the pass will be incomplete as the pass was incomplete, and it'll be second down now and 10. I don't know whether the receiver got caught up in the middle of the football field or what happened, but there were really no shirts right across the center at the goal line where Zach Nobis was throwing the football. Triples again go to the top, doubles again to the bottom. Again, an empty look on the bottom backfield here for the Bears as Nobis here counts out the signals. Man-to-man coverage right now for the Patriots. Nobis drops, throws across the middle again, a little bit behind his intended receiver, and boy, I'll tell you what, if he would have led Austin Dean a foot or two on that one, Nobis would have had the opportunity to have that football inside the 5, and maybe Zach Dean, who was ahead of the defensive back at the 4-yard line, would have been able to cash that one in, but instead, third down now and 10 for the Bears from that 19-yard line as they've not been able to move this football at the 18-yard line. See how the Bears will play this one. 10:21 to play, opening quarter. Triples to the top, doubles to the bottom. Again, nobody in the backfield for Zach Nobis. Got the red shirt spread out pretty well. Nobis throws across the middle again. He's got his guy. That's Andrews, and he's going to have a touchdown. Andrews catches the ball at the 5, breaks free from one defender, steps between a couple at the 2, and into the end zone for a nice little touchdown as Nobis connects on an 18-yard touchdown pass to number 28, Bryson Andrews. Andrews with a touchdown. And the point after is on its way here. 10:16 to play. The Bears open up on their 46-yard line and were able to move this football 54 yards for the opening score tonight, and that's got to make Coach Redhead real happy. Extra point by Smith is up and good. And you add that one together, and it makes it Bryan 7, Patrick Henry nothing as we step away on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Things are pretty much business as usual here at Bryan Ford Lincoln. Our techs are providing the same high-quality service that everyone in Northwest Ohio expects. Our sales team is providing our customers with the best price on new and pre-owned vehicles. Everyone is focused on winning another President's Award from Ford. Yeah, pretty much business as usual. Oh, I guess there is one thing different. Stop out and see the all-new Bryan Ford Lincoln.
This is my story. I'm a mother of 3, a wife, and a CAT operator. I earned my degree in mechanical engineering technologies. Now I have a career doing exactly what I studied. I learned more, now I earn more.
Bears did exactly what Coach Redhead wanted them to do. He took the football and got a squib kick, picked it up, returned it to the 46. Took it 54 yards in 6 plays for a touchdown. At the 10-16 mark, the extra point makes it 7-0, and the Bears will now kick this thing off. And heading back deep, looks like 20, Corey Hatcher. Gonna have to look through the lenses and maybe even get up here a little bit. The red jerseys with the white numbers. Colton Holloway on the visitor sideline as the Bears. Smith gets ready to kick this thing off. Both the receivers back at about the 5-yard line. And the kick will be a low line drive that will be fielded at the 13-yard line. Out across the 25 to the 30 to the 32-yard line. And I believe that was Xavier Wensick that brought that one back at 28, actually, that brought that one back. So Wensick brings it back from about the 16 and brings it out to about the 33, and that is where Patrick Henry will go to work here with their first opportunity of the night at the 10:07 mark here of the first quarter. Again, those lights going to be fun tonight. The number's not bad, but I need a little Windex up here, Big E, to clean off a little glass. PH will come out with a double running back set, one to the right, one to the left of the quarterback, and they'll hand that football off in a dive play. That's 45, Will Morrow. He will go off left tackle and get a couple. And that'll set up 2nd down now and 8 as the clock goes under 10 minutes to play in the opening quarter. And just like that, Morrow comes off the football field, and the Patriots show a slightly different look as they bring in 34. That's Tommy Vance, and Vance will go to the left and end up as a tight end. Doubles to the bottom, singles to the top. They'll look to throw a little screen pass out in the flats. Hit the guy right in the hands. Wensick was the intended receiver at the 45-yard line. The ball hit him right in the numbers. Couldn't pull it in. The incompleted pass will set up now a 3rd down now and 8. And that pass was right on the money. Basically a nice throw. And the ball probably should have been caught. So Wensick drops one there, and it'll sets up a 3rd down now. 3rd down and 8, and that one was going for a long way. So 3rd down now and 8. Patrick Henry back on the football field. Jarrett Moss, the quarterback, and he's in the pistol look, and he'll drop it. And he's got time to throw. Heading towards the home sideline. The ball intended for wide receiver Colton Holloway. The ball thrown a little bit too far. Good coverage by Spencer Winsler. And with that, the PH offense will sputter, go 3 and out, and have to kick the football back to the Golden Bears. 9:18 to play, opening quarter. Hope you're enjoying the ball game here from Patrick Henry. Bears about ready to get the football back as Miller drops back deep. He's at his 35-yard line. Good high kick, and I'm not sure the punter's down, and we've got a flag down too. I think we've got roughing the kicker in the backfield, and I think that was a legitimate call by the officials as the punter definitely went down. The ball was fair caught at the 34-yard line at Bryan, but let's see if it's running into the kicker or actual roughing the kicker. Personal foul, and that's going to give the ball back to PH. So a roughing the kicker call gives PH 4 new downs and moves that football all the way out across the 45-yard line to the midfield stripe. It'll be 1st down and 10 now at midfield with Patrick Henry at the football. They send 2 wide receivers to the home side, and they're here already, but everybody else is just coming out of the huddle. Holloway is 11. He's in the slot. They now have triples here on this side. Single running back in the backfield. Moss in this pistol look. He'll fake the handoff and then throws to Holloway in the flank. Holloway has the catch, and he works into Bryan Golden Bear territory at the 46 and falls forward to about the 42. So a pickup of about 8. And a nice job by Colton Holloway to advance that ball for a nice 1st down pickup. They'll give him 7. He's got to go to the 40, and they mark him at the 43. So 2nd down and 3 now for Patrick Henry. They'll turn and hand off, and this is going to be their fullback around the left end, Morrow. And Morrow will have the 1st down as he'll cross the 40 to about the 38-yard line. So Morrow with the run for about 8 yards on that. Let's give him 4 yards on that carry. And that sets up a 1st down and 10. And just like that, because of the roughing the kicker penalty on the Golden Bears, Patrick Henry is set up with a good field position and now a little momentum. Single receiver to the top, single receiver to the back. Offset eye as they turn and hand to the running back. Coming off right side is number 45, Will Morrow. And Morrow now starting to get a little bit of a workout as he goes about 3 yards down to the 40-yard line. Second down now and 7. 7:50 to play here in the opening quarter. Again, no 7-0 score on the main stop scoreboard. Bears took the opening kickoff, went 54 yards for a touchdown in a 6-play drive, and Patrick Henry now trying to answer on their first drive of the night. Again, Morrow in the backfield. Moss will keep it this time, and he follows the big fullback right up through the hole, and he'll be inside the 30 at the 29-yard line, and that will be enough for the 1st down as Moss gets down to the 29. And that run sets up a 1st down and 10 now at the Bears' 28-yard line. Nice pickup of about 13 on that drive. 1st down and 10, 7.5 to play in the opening half. They'll hand the ball to Morrow again, and they open a nice hole off that left end slot, and he gets around the corner and up to the 25-yard line. So Morrow picks up about 3. Andrews on the tackle. And it'll be 2nd down now after a pickup of about 4. And Bears basically defense had him stalled out after the first 3 plays of the drive, even though partially it was because Patrick Henry had dropped an easy pass in the flat. But instead, a roughing the punter call on the Bears gives the football back, and Moss this time caught in the backfield. Fake that pitch to the left side, but the Bears all over him, and a nice job by the Golden Bears to break that line of scrimmage. Noah Rohrer, one of the guys that were in, and also number 15, Matt Harold. So 3rd down now, and they'll lose about a yard. 3rd down at about 7. 6:25 and counting opening quarter, and the Bears up 7-0 on the main stop scoreboard. Moss comes over the sideline, then back into the huddle. We're trying to keep a few stats, and we decided that that's going to have to go by the wayside tonight, being all by myself, so we will let that go this evening and get back at it. Number 11 is Colton Holloway. He's in the slot here on the visitor side along with Sam Zimmer. They'll go 3 on the home side. Moss drops and looking to throw into the center of the football field, and it's knocked away. I believe that's Spencer Winsler that got in. Number 8, in fact, it was Logan Clemens that stepped in front of the intended receiver and knocked it down. And that'll set up 4th down now and 7 with the football on the 24-yard line of Patrick Henry. PH has had troubles kicking this year, so there's no long field goals coming out of him here tonight, I don't believe. But there is a timeout in their future as Coach Inselman will take it. So with 5:57 to play in the opening quarter, the Bears on top 7-0 here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
This is my story. I'm a mother of 3, a wife, and a cat operator. I earned my degree in mechanical engineering technologies. Now I have a career doing exactly what I studied. I learned more, now I earn more.
An insurance policy is essentially a promise to pay for covered losses that occur to your assets. At Andrews O'Neill & Lowe, we take this promise seriously, from the minute you accept the policy to the moment the loss occurs and beyond. That's why we place your auto, home, or business insurance with an experienced carrier like the Central Mutual Insurance Company. Our expertise, matched with Central's quality products and service, provide you protection, security, and peace of mind. Andrews O'Neill & Lowe is your local Central agent. Call us today at 419-636-5050.
Well, they've talked it over at the 5:57 mark, and they're back on the football field. Everybody but Jared Moss, who is now the last guy off the sideline after talking to the coaching staff, and he comes over and talks to his wide receivers, Zimmer and Holloway, and they go into their spot on the home side as the wide receivers here on the home side of the football field. They bring a flanker out and put him in the same trio on this side now. And no wide receivers to the top, single running back in the backfield. Moss will take the snap and drop straight back, looking for some time to throw, going deep, and that was almost picked off by Spencer Winsler, who stepped in front of the intended receiver. I believe it was heading towards Ramey down there around the 10-yard line, and the ball was knocked away by Winsler, and the ball will go over on downs to the Golden Bears at the 24-yard line of Patrick Henry, first down and 10. So the drive that started on their own 33-yard line was held by a roughing the punter call. Now ends on the Golden Bears 24, and they'll have the football first down and 10. 5:51 to play in the opening quarter. They have a 7-0 lead here at Patrick Henry tonight, which is a little unusual for the Bears. They'll go empty backfield with doubles on the top, triples on the top, and doubles on the bottom right now, and they'll bring a guy in motion. And they'll run a quarterback keeper right up the middle of the field. Ramey, the first young man that runs into Zach Nobis, encounters him right about at the line of scrimmage, and they'll say Nobis maybe got a yard before 22 was able to wrap him up and throw him down. And it'll set up a second down now and 9 for the Bears. Bears intent on trying to run this football, I know, here tonight a little bit, but the weakness this year for PH, and talking to their folks and looking at their numbers, has been the passing game, and they've given up some big strikes in the air. So if the Bears can come up with something like that tonight, it might be a big evening for their air attack. They put triples right in front of us on the home side, doubles to the top, and they go empty look in the backfield again. As Nobis takes the snap, he's got heat coming, throws the ball over to Evan Smith on a little flanker screen, and Smith is wrapped up right away and knocked backwards. You got to see Damian Lanzer, number 50, the first guy that was in on the play, and he had help with all kinds of guys in red shirts and white helmets. They stop Smith for no gain and sets up third down. Really lost about a half a yard. Take it back just inside the 25-yard line. It'll be third down now and a very long 9 for the Golden Bears as the clock runs with 4:36 to play here in the opening quarter. Bears again go with that triple look. They'll send Smith all by himself up at the top. They put Dean in the slot on the visitors' side, and a third wide receiver then on the wing, and doubles here right in front of us. Empty backfield look, 4:19 to play. Here comes the snap, here comes the pressure. Nobis gets out away from the pressure, makes a little juke. He's up the sideline, 40-yard line. He's the midfield stripe, he needs a block. He's at the 30 at Patrick Henry, and he's on his way to the end zone. He's at the 5, the 4, and he's in. And just like that, 75 yards, Zach Nobis fakes a little pass, comes around the left end, gives the first guy that had a look at him a little juke step, got a couple of blocks, and headed his way up the football field. Now there is a penalty marker back here right around the 48-yard line of the Golden Bears, and I think a holding call is going to wipe out a 75-yard touchdown run by Zach Nobis, and that exactly is what's going to happen. It should be positioned well enough that the Bears are going to get a first down, I would bet. But after the walk-off, it's going to take this thing right back down there to about that 35-yard line. Let's just see where they place it down. And they do. At the 39-yard line, it'll be Bears football on their 39. But, boy, Zach Nobis with a wonderful 75-yard run after a beautiful fake on the sideline and then a couple of nice blocks. So the pickup will be enough for the first down. It'll set the Golden Bears up first down and 10 at their own 39-yard line, and with 4:04 to play in the opening quarter, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and see if they can't recreate that 75-yard run. Nice job by Nobis to be able to take his time, get around the corner, make that first guy miss, and then just follow his blockers up the field, and unfortunately one of them grabbed a hold of somebody. 4 wide receivers to the top, single receiver here to the bottom for the Bears. Again, that empty backfield look as they spread out PH all over the football field. And they will throw to that home side to try to hook up with Logan Clemens. And Clemens, who was being covered by Ramey, lost his footing as he tried to come back to the football. And the ball will be incomplete and set up a second down and 10 and stop the clock at 4:01. Nice job by the Bears so far to come out here and play a little football at Patrick Henry. This has always been a tough place for them to play. And tonight, with a little confidence, maybe they can make this a football game, and that's what we're looking for. Andrews, Dean, and Miller and Smith go to the top of the football field. Doubles right here to the bottom. Again, the pistol look for the quarterback, Novus. Calls out the number. Here comes the blitz. He gets this ball away. He's got his guy. I believe that's Andrews on the crosser. And he's on his way to the house. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. Call it a touchdown. We didn't get it the time before, but this time he got behind Jared Moss, and Bryson Andrews will go not quite as far as the 75 that Novus went, but counted up for 61. And Andrews now has 2 touchdowns on the night, as he goes 11 the first time and 61 on the second completion, and the Bears all of a sudden find themselves up 13-0 with the extra point coming. Wow, what a start for the Golden Bears. Smith comes out for the extra point. 3:51 to play in this first quarter, and the Bears already with 2 scores. Good snap, good placement, the kick's good, and just like that, the Bears take a 14-0 lead here at Patrick Henry. We'll take a step away. The main stop scoreboards has the Bears on top 14-0 here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal. They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Okay, buddy. Xavier Winzik is on the home side waiting for this kick by the Golden Bears, Evan Smith, and on the top of your screen right now is Colton Holloway. Bears have had the ball twice tonight, and in spite of a couple of costly penalties, have scored twice and been able to keep Patrick Henry off the scoreboard. This will be the second time now of the night for Patrick Henry as this ball is kicked to Holloway, and in fact, this went to Winzik, and he took it at the 15-yard line. Came all the way across to the 30-yard line before the Bears are there to knock him down, but Winzik with about a 15-yard return. And Patrick Henry will have the football, first down and 10 on their second opportunity of the night. Bears defense so far tonight has played pretty well, except for that roughing the kicker penalty that they had early on. Patrick Henry has not really had a very solid attack here early. PH goes with a wide receiver to the top and the bottom, and flankers on both sides. Single running back in the backfield, and Moss in the pistol look right now. He'll take the ball and look to throw. Going to throw it down into the flats. He's got his guy at about the 38-yard line. And then knocked down right there is Ramey, TJ Ramey, with a nice pickup as he comes all the way out to the 39-yard line. Miller on the tackle for the Bears. 9-yard pickup by Ramey as that one just a little under route here heading towards his bench. He pulled it in, and a nice route and a nice connection there between the Patrick Henry Patriots. 3:16 to play here in this first quarter. Holloway goes wide to the top of the field. And they've got a flanker on that side with him. Single receiver here, and they'll go under center and turn and hand that football off to the fullback, basically. Fullback was Morrow, and Morrow will drive forward for the first down as he crosses the 40 to about the 43-yard line. So first down, Patrick Henry, 3 minutes even to play here in the first quarter. And if you just tuned in, the main stop scoreboard has the Bears up 14-0 here at Patrick Henry. Again, as we've talked about, this is a Patrick Henry team that is lacking in numbers here, but they always come out to play football. Logan Swiebert goes up on the top. He's the wide receiver as they go doubles on the top, doubles on the bottom. Pistol look. Moss will drop to throw, and he's going to throw it down on the flats right in front of his bench, and just a little bit too far for Colton Holloway. Holloway had Winslow on him just across the 50-yard line as they tried to run that little out pattern at the sticks. That would have been close to a first down. Ball thrown a little bit too far in front of him. Wasn't able to pull that one in, so the clock stops with 2:35 to play in the quarter. Interesting night of football. Friday night, we've got next week yet on the road at Liberty Center, and then we'll be home with Evergreen in the final week of the season. We always say it goes so fast. Doubles to the top, doubles to the bottom. The running back to the left of Moss this time, and he'll call his own number straight up the middle of the football field. He'll get across the 45 to the 47 before he's knocked down. I believe that was Andrews on the bottom 28 of that pile. They'll mark it back to about the 41-yard line, give him 3, and it'll set up a 3rd down now and 7 for Patrick Henry, who's still on their side of the 50-yard line. Bears defense tonight. After the game last week against Delta, where you were playing really Delta's JV team here, yeah, it looks like they got just a little confidence coming to this ball game tonight. And as Coach Redhead said, you know, you did have an opportunity to practice an awful lot there on that night until he pulled the starters in the 3rd quarter and be successful, which is always good. Moss fakes the handoff. He is clobbered as he throws this ball, and it is underthrown. I think it might have been intercepted by the Bears, and now we have a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure whether that's going to go against the Bears or whether that's going to go against PH. I think it's going to go against the home team because that ball was underthrown. And coming back to catch it for the Golden Bears, let's see, was Queen. Adam Queen made the interception for the Bears on a nice job. That ball underthrown by about 5 yards. I think the intended receiver was trying to fight through to get to the football. And Queen with a nice job to intercept that ball. In fact, now I think they're going to say that maybe he didn't catch it, and they're going to bring it back here, and it will be 4th down. Probably not a bad idea. That one was intercepted down around the 20-yard line, so instead they'll call it an incompleted pass, no interception. Bring the ball back up here to the 46-yard line. They will signal an interference call against the Patriots here from Patrick Henry. The Bears will decline, and they'll drop back into punt receiving formation with 1:44 to play. Miller goes back deep at the 25-yard line. Bears going to have to watch for a fake, and they've got everybody around the line of scrimmage. They came, but not quite as hard this time, and Miller will fair catch and catch it right around the 27-yard line. You know, that was just a sign of improvement from the beginning of the football season, if nothing else. It was a bit of a kind of a crapshoot whether we're going to catch some of those punts early on in this football season, but as the year goes on, the guys are starting to figure a few things out, and it's good to see this ball team playing a little football here in Patrick Henry tonight. Ball will be on the 26. The clock stopped at 1:44 at the 1st quarter as the Bears in their huddle. Zach Nobis calling the play, and he will again spread this football field. Andrews is the only wide receiver here on the home side. That's the short side of the field. The wide side has 3 receivers to the top, and they now do have that big running back, Devontae Royster, to the right of Zach Nobis in that pistol look. Royster with a nice block. Nobis escapes along the right end. He's up the hash marks and across the 35-yard line and tumbled down at about the 36. So a nice pick up there by Zach Nobis, and a nice job by Devontae Royster to open up pick up that blitzing linebacker that was coming through the hole. He got 9 on that carry, and it'll set up a 2nd down and a short one for the Golden Bears as the clock rolls down to $1:17 and keeps moving towards the end of the 1st quarter. Fun ball game tonight. Kind of missed my buddy Chris Malenga up here this evening, but it's a challenge that we are taking this evening to do this all by ourselves. Royster stays in the game. He's to the left of Nobis in that pistol look, and they will follow Nobis right up the middle of the football field. Zach will work his way through the minefield that is the crowd in the center and walk across the 42-yard line for the 1st down. So a nice pickup of about 7 yards by the Golden Bears, and we'll move the sticks on the visitor sideline with 54 seconds left to go in this 1st quarter. 1st down and 10 Bears. This offense tonight has been very solid. They've had the ball twice. They've driven the ball 2 different times for nice touchdowns and been able to kick the extra points. Doubles to the top, doubles to the bottom with the flankers now about 3 yards deep in the backfield. Royster again to the left of the quarterback. Nobis will roll to his right, and he'll fake the throw and be wrapped up and knocked out of bounds at his own bench for a loss of a couple. Looks like he was knocked down at about the 42-yard line. And Spencer Gersholtz Gershutz is the young man. Gershutz, the young man that knocked him out for a loss of about a yard. Once everything is over and done with, the ball put at the 42-yard line, first down or second down now, and about 11 for the Bears. Again, Royster stays in the backfield. Pistol look. He's to the left right now, the quarterback. Single wide receiver on the short side of the field, which is now the visitor's side. Triples right in front of us here on the home side. Novus in the pocket. Now he'll roll to his right, looking to throw, and he does. He's got a guy streaking up the right sideline. Did he catch the ball? No. Incomplete down around the 25-yard line. And I believe that was maybe Andrews again, 28. Kind of hard to see that number on this side. Now I think it was Zach Dean, actually, as number 6 that was intended for that football down around the 25. Dean had a yard on everybody. Ball put into his hands relatively, but he couldn't pull it in. And with that, we're going to run ourselves down to the first quarter here. 17 ticks and clicking on the game clock here as quarter number 1. Oh, no, there's a penalty against the Patriots. Sorry about that. Roughing the passer on Patrick Henry. And I thought we were moving the chains and moving everything to the other end, but the clock all of a sudden stopped. And the roughing the passer call will bring the football to the 43-yard line now. Patrick Henry, first down and 10, Bears. Again, running back to the left of the quarterback here in the pistol look. Triples here on the home side, single to the top. Time to throw, and deep up the right sideline. I believe that might have been Andrews, 28 this time, trying for his 3rd touchdown as the night, and that one just thrown over Bryson's head down around the 10-yard line. Stops the clock with 13 ticks left to go and makes it second down and 10. So the Bears going for another score before the quarter ends, and Andrews, if that ball would have been on the money, would have had score number 3 tonight because he had gotten behind that secondary of Patrick Henry and was streaking up that visitor sideline. Interesting ball game tonight here at Patrick Henry. Always fun to come over. Decent crowd on both sides, on the visitor side and the home side. The Bears will go with doubles to the top. And now 2 running backs, one on the right and the left side now of the quarterback. And he will drop, and they're just pass blockers. Now they're going to set up a screen. Royster in the flat, and they throw him the football, and Royster just absolutely lowers his shoulder and gets knocked down after only a couple of yards. And a nice job by number 6, Braden Peterson, to come up and make the tackle after Royster gets about 2. And that will take us to triple zeros. We have 1 in the book here at Patrick Henry. And the Bears on top 14-0 on the main stop scoreboard here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dieter Held, here to tell you a little bit about the Darrow Shirkey Ford Lincoln Employee Discount. This is a Ford Escape S package with an MSRP of $24,495. Ford is offering a $3,500 rebate on this Escape. And here's where the Darrow Shirkey Employee Discount comes into play. It takes an additional $1,476 off the price of the Escape, bringing the total to $19,519.
How much can Darrow Shirkey's Employee Discount save you? The only way you'll know is to stop by and see us.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
We're about ready to start quarter number 2 here from Patrick Henry. The Bears on top 14-0. It's been 2 Bryson Andrews touchdown catches. To open everything up, it was an 11-yard touchdown catch, made it 7-0 Bears, and then a 61-yard touchdown catch to make it 14-0 Bears as they send triples now to the top. Single receiver right in front of me. They have this single running back to the left of the quarterback who's in the pistol look right now. And we have a whistle and a flag, and things happening a little bit too quick for the guys in the purple pants here tonight, as the procedure call will cost them 5, and that'll take the ball back inside or outside the 45 to the 46-yard line as we start this in Patrick Henry territory, and sets up 3rd down now and about 13 for the Golden Bears, as the clock didn't even stop with the penalty as things kind of broke down before anything got started. Miller and Dean and Smith go to the top of the football field right now. Single receiver right in front of us. Single running back in the backfield in that pistol look. Royster blocks. Nobis runs. He'll have the first down as he's inside the 30 and all the way down the 25-yard line. Nice job by Devontae Royster to pick up the blitzing linebacker that was coming, allowed Nobis to just cut off his right hip, and there was wide open field there to his right as he takes this ball all the way down to the 25-yard line, a 21-yard pickup, and sets up a first down after the Bears were facing a 3rd down and 13. So Bears offense saying 13 on 3rd, 5 on 3rd, 8 on 3rd. We can get whatever you give us, and they make it happen at this point. Smith and Dean here on the home side now. 2 running backs in the backfield. Devontae Royster on the pitch. He'll sweep left end, cuts it back inside. He'll have a pickup inside the 25 down to about the 22. So give Royster 2, maybe 3 on the sweep, and set up a second down now at about 8. 11:09 to play. We're just underway here, quarter number 2. Bears trying to take their 3rd drive of the night and be successful with it, as they break the huddle and send doubles to the top and doubles to the bottom. In fact, they move that receiver on the top side back into a tight end position. Royster running back to the right of Nobis in the pistol, and Nobis will drop to throw. Going to throw it in the flat. He's got, that's Miller. Flag down around the 23-yard line, 24-yard line, and Miller down there. See what the call is all the way across the field on the visitor's sideline. It was where Miller was about to make the push, and he had. We'll see if now we got a downfield by the Golden Bears. So we had a little too far up the football field, and that's going to cost us. So the clock is stopped with 10:37 to play, quarter number 2. And the Bears have a 14-0 lead right now. And I think Eric Herman is going to try to keep us on top of some scores, and we'll catch all those scores at halftime here tonight. And let's see. I don't think they gained much on that completion, so let's see whether they will take the down and decline the penalty, or whether they will march the Bears back on that. The reception was good for maybe a yard, if any, and the call will go against the Bears, and they will accept the penalty. It'll march the football back close to the 29-yard line, because the infraction happened about 3 or 4 yards down the football field. So that'll set up 2nd down now and call it 13 for the Bears. And the officials need to stop and talk a few things over right now. So they take a timeout, come over to talk to Coach Inselman and his crew on this sideline. And let's see what's going to happen here. We've got the ball all marked out for 2nd down and 13 at the 28-yard line. And the official's still trying to work out the details on this last call, I believe. And a procedure call now against the Bears. That was, okay, now this is getting confusion out here. So they now decline the call, okay, and they go back to basically what was the original line of scrimmage, which is the 28, and they'll set up a 3rd down now for the Bears and about 8 on the 28. Bears now send Dean in motion, head towards the visitor's sideline, running back to the right and the left of Zach Nobis. He drops to look to throw. They pick up the blitz. They throw it deep. Smith's in the end zone. That's got to be a little face mask. It is. The flag comes out late. Smith basically got back to the back corner of the end zone and just stood there. And then the ball pretty much on the money, and the defensive back that was in coverage back there, I believe, we're at to catch a number if he turned sideways, was 13, Logan Schwiebert. And Schwiebert basically, in order to try to keep a touchdown from happening in his territory in the back corner of the end zone, basically just ran through the receiver with his hands in the air, hit the ball hit him in the back of the arms, and that will be interference in the end zone. The Bears are probably going to sneak out of this thing with a 1st down as well. as both teams having troubles getting off the football field here tonight with penalties. The Bears have a roughing the kicker call, and now this interference call that will set up a first down for the Golden Bears as it moves down close to the 10 at about the 11-yard line. So the Bears can get a first down at the 1. It will be first down now from the 11 with 10:09 to play here in the second quarter. And the Bears with the ball first down and 10. They send Smith wide to the visitor's sideline, the top of our football field. They've got doubles here on the home side, 2 running backs, one on either side here of Zach Nobis in the backfield. Takes the ball in the pistol, and he's going to run around that left end. He's got some room, gets tripped up at around the 5, and I think steps out of bounds somewhere down that vicinity, as we'll have to see exactly where he stepped out, but is down close to that 5-yard line. Nobis wasting no time, looked downfield real quick, and then pulled the ball down, and he will be inside the 5. It looks like, because they give him about 6, maybe 7. In fact, they put the ball on the 4. It'll be second down and 3 as the Bears will come knocking again. Bears now go to that power look as the quarterback Nobis goes under center with everybody stacked around him. They're going to go straight forward with a handoff, and the run right off right guard will get close to the goal line, but will come up just a little bit short. And that run by, Bonnie was, no, it was 30, I'm sorry, Dominic James that had that football. So James gets down to about the 1, and it will be first down and goal now for the Golden Bears, who again send Nobis under center. This time it'll be a quarterback sneak. The line appears to go forward far enough, and now the signal is good. And a 1-yard touchdown run by Zach Nobis now makes it 20-0 Golden Bears. And this is not really what I expected here this evening. To have the Bears up 20-0 with 9.5 minutes to play in the opening half. I'll take it, obviously, being a Bears fan, but I expected this to be a much closer ball game than what it is right now. A lot of football to be played as the extra point is kicked, and I don't know how that one got in. It was a floater that was hooking hard to the left, but it got just inside the left upright, and the Bears have a 21-0 lead here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
Things are pretty much business as usual here at Bryan Ford Lincoln. Our techs are providing the same high-quality service that everyone in Northwest Ohio expects. Our sales team is providing our customers with the best price on new and pre-owned vehicles. Everyone is focused on winning another President's Award from Ford. Yeah, pretty much business as usual. Oh, I guess there is one thing different. Stop out and see the all-new Bryan Ford Lincoln.
Bears ready to kick this thing off after their 3rd score of the night, and they have Wensick to the top of their screen right now, and Holloway to the bottom back at about the 5-yard line waiting on the kick from Smith. And we will send this one up to the visitor's sideline. Wensick picks it up down around the 20-yard line and gets across the 20 to about the 23 before the Golden Bears wrap him up and knock him down. There is Laundry on the field, though, right around the 24-yard line. Okay, that sounds good. You want to try to do that live? Big E's talking to me in the headset right now. And I may try to do that here in just a minute. How's that? The call will go against against the Golden Bears. Looks like a face mask against the Bears. And I'm going to unmute Mr. Herman right now. Big E, you on the other end of this thing?
I got you. You got me?
I've got you here. I'm not sure whether you got me or not. How's I got you?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you, man. What's going on around the neighborhood here tonight, man?
In the area, Van Wert is over Lima Bath right now, 18-0. That's a first quarter score. Archibald's 13 over Delta, nothing. Hilltops over Montpelier 8-7. There's a odd score.
There's an interesting ball game. First play from scrimmage, Moss keeps the football, and he's going to sweep around the home end, and he'll have enough for the first down, I believe, as he gets around the corner and he's close to the midfield stripe. All right, what else you got out there? Dominic James, the tackle for the Bears, but Moss gets 10 to the 49-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 now for Patrick Henry.
It's Liberty 14 over Swanton, nothing.
Liberty up on Swanton 14-0. That's interesting.
16-0 over Rogers.
Okay.
Archibald. That's a soccer score. I was going to say, there's no way that's a football score. So that's what I got right now in the football scores, Jim, from around the area.
No problem, man. Great to have you with us tonight on Q96.5 FM. And they will hand the ball in the jet sweep to Ramey, and he will go around the visitors' end, and he's still on his feet. 40-yard line of the Bears, inside the 35 to about the 32. But as he made that last little ditch effort, there was a flag on the field, and I'm not sure whether that's going to go against Patrick Henry or whether that'll go against Bryan. It was thrown right down in the area where he made his cut. Holding call against PH will wipe out a nice little run by Ramey, who took that ball down to about the 32-yard line. And instead they will march this one backwards after the hold to close to the midfield stripe. It'll stay on the Bryan side at the 49-yard line. It will be a first down, and it'll set up a first down now and about 8 for Patrick Henry as they have the football on the 49-yard line of the Golden Bears with 8:36 to play here in the opening half. And the Bears on top 21-0 on the main stop scoreboard. They'll go with running backs to the right and left of Moss in the pistol look in the backfield. Doubles here on the home side, and Moss looks to throw to the home side. Throws it on the flat, and I think we're going to get an interference call on the Bears on Winsler. He had the coverage on Colton Holloway. Holloway dove for the ball. Winsler was all over his back, and the flag came out immediately at the 41-yard line, and I think a good call by the official. That stops the clock with 8:20 to play in the half. And the march-off will make this a first down for Patrick Henry, as it is a walk-off inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Sticks move on the visitor's sideline, and the Bears now will have to back up a few more yards. It'll be first down and 10, Patrick Henry, as they now come to the line of scrimmage a little quicker, as they've got the two running backs in the backfield again. Bring one in motion now, and they'll jet sweep it again towards the home sideline. Bears saw that one coming. Ramey tried to bring this around the left end, and Matt Harold snuck in from his end spot and said nope. Dropped him for about a 3-yard loss back at about the 37-yard line. It'll be second down now at about 13, and I'll tell you what, Harold has come on as this year has gone through, and a nice job and a nice stop ever since that big recovery of that fumble that went 70-plus a couple weeks ago. It just seems like Matt Harold has kind of figured this whole game out. Single receiver to the top, single receiver to the bottom. Two backs in the backfield in that pistol look, and they will again hand it to the big fella. That's 45 that's 45 Will Morrow. Morrow around the right tackle spot up the center of the football field for about a couple, as he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and it sets up third down now and 10. Third down and 10, 7:22 to play in the first half, and the Bears up 21-0 on the main stop scoreboard.
What did he just say?
I agree. Holloway and Sweebert go wide and stack on the visitor's sideline. Double running backs in the backfield. Pistol look again. Moss drops the throw, and he wants to go deep. He's going up the visitor's sideline, floats one up and out of bounds and incomplete down around the 10-yard line. Good coverage back there by Miller in deep safety, and the throw really had to be thrown just to a specific spot, and that spot was a little too far and out of bounds, and it'll set up fourth down now and about 10 back at the 34-yard line of the Golden Bears, and PH again brings the offense back in. This will be their second attempt at fourth down. They were unsuccessful the first time, but down 21-0 here with just 7 minutes to play in the first half. They would like to be able to convert this thing if at all possible. Morrow, the running back to the left of Moss in the pistol look, and they've got doubles here on the home side and a single on the top, and they decided they want to talk some things over. Saw what the defense looked like, wanted to chat, so with 6:59 to play in the opening half, we'll step away on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
This is Dieter showing you the 2017 Ford Fiesta that has a final price of under $13,500 here at Darryl Shirkey Ford Lincoln. How did we get there? First, there's a $3,000 rebate from Ford. Add in the Darryl Shirky employee discount of $681, bringing the final price of this Ford Fiesta to $13,469.
At Darryl Shirky Ford Lincoln, everyone gets the employee discount on all new Ford cars and trucks. Stop by and see how much you can save.
This is my story. I'm a mother of 3, a wife, and a cat operator. I earned my degree in mechanical engineering technologies. Now I have a career doing exactly what I studied. I learned more, now I earn more.
So Patrick Henry has been to the sideline. They've chatted about it. They have their plan, and they're back out on the football field. And they send Schwiebert here in front of us on the home side, and they send Holloway wide to the visitor's side. Put a flanker up with him on the visitor's side. Single running back in the backfield. That's Morrow to the left of the quarterback, Moss. And I think the flanker got off a little early, and the flags are out. Got a little bit anxious there as they were running that play. It must have been his ball that time, as I think it was Ramey that took off a little bit early from his wing spot up on the visitor sideline. He took off on 2, and everybody else was set to go on 3. So the 5-yard sets up now a 4th down and 15 as it's marked back to the 40 or the 39-yard line. And the clock at 6:58 to play here in the half. Schwiebert again on the wide receiver on this side. Holloway again the wide receiver on the visitor side as they go wide. And it is Winzik, I believe, in the wing up on that visitor sideline right now. Moss drops, looks to throw. Going to throw it across the middle of the field, and that was almost picked off by the Bears. It'll be incomplete down at the 25-yard line. And with the 4th down conversion incomplete, it will be Bears football. And this is the second time tonight they've gotten the ball back on downs, and they'll take the football over on their own 30-yard line, 1st down and 10. So Bears with another opportunity, and I'll tell you what, every chance you get to score on these guys, you need to do it because there's still a half of football to be played. Patrick Henry will get the football on the kick in the 3rd quarter. And you don't want to get too confident when you head over to the locker room here at halftime. Dean comes wide right in front of us along with Evan Smith. Single receiver to the top of the Bears again with that pistol look with a backfield with running back on the left and the right shoulder there of Zach Nobis. Royster stays in the block. They throw this one deep up the visitor's sideline, and the ball is incomplete. I think it was Andrews was the intended receiver up around the 30. Kind of hard to see whether he brought that in. He had traffic around him. He did not. And it'll be 2nd down now and 10 as the Bears go for the bomb to open everything up here. 6:47 to play. 2nd period. Clock is stopped and the Bears have the football on their own 39-yard line. Pretty much anything they've done here tonight has been successful. They've had the ball 3 times. They've scored all 3 times. They've had some difficulties making it happen, but they've done it. Doubles to the top, doubles to the bottom, and they will sweep towards the visitor home sideline. And too many red shirts on this sideline, as the very first guy to get there was 71. And 71, I don't even have a number on up in my program anywhere, so we'll have to Braden Peterson with a tackle.
Number 6 on your scorecard.
He's 6 on my scorecard and 71 on the actual program in Jersey here tonight. There you go. So the pickup was about 1 as they got a little closer to the 40-yard line, more like about a foot and maybe a foot and a half. And it's 3rd down and a long 9 now for the Golden Bears. Clock stops, 6:38 to play here, 2nd quarter. They'll send doubles top and bottom. They've got Royster in the backfield to the left here of the quarterback. He picks up the blitz. Nobis goes around the left end, and he's going to be up the football field to the midfield stripe, and that will be 1 more yard than he needs, and the sticks will move again. And again, I've got to give credit to Devontae Royster, who picks up the blitzing linebacker. And just like that, Zach Nobis says, I've got wide open space around his left shoulder, and moves it up the football field to the midfield stripe. It's 1st down and 10 Bears again. So 6:28, and just like that, the Bears have had some 3rd down conversions that they've been able to convert here tonight on this, their 3rd drive, and they've kept those drives alive long enough to score. So this is their 4th drive, I'm sorry. Turn, and the handoff goes to the running back this time, and that is Miller, who was actually playing a halfback spot. Miller got back to the line of scrimmage and no more, so it'll be second down now and 10. And Novus goes to the sideline to talk to Coach Goody. 6 minutes and counting now in the first half. If you just joined us, the Bears on top 21-0 here on the Golden Bears Sports Network and the Main Stop scoreboard. Don't forget, you do have the boys basketball and girls basketball dueling piano event coming up here pretty soon, and we'll tell you about that as the night goes on. Dean goes in motion heading towards the visitor sideline, pulls up there, and now goes up to the football field. They throw the ball to number 11, Evan Smith, on a little slant pattern into Patrick Henry territory, but the ball a little bit high, not able to pull it back down. It'll be third down now and 10 for the Bears as the clock stops with 5:31 to play here in the first half. Smith went up, ball went a little higher than what even he went up, and he couldn't bring the football back down to the ground with the coverage that he had. Dueling pianos again coming up at the Eagles in Bryan on Friday, November the 3rd from 8 o'clock until 11. And you can get your tickets from any of the Bryan Athletic Boosters right now if you're looking to go to that event. Got a little bit of time. Whistles before the play gets started, and the procedure call will go against the Golden Bears. So instead of being third down and 10, it'll be third down at about 15 here. Yeah, tickets for that night, if you're interested, $30 there for the dueling pianos there at the Bryan Eagles on Friday, November the 3rd. So it's coming up in just a couple of weeks. Everybody that went to that last year had a great time. They'll have hors d'oeuvres and some beverages there for you to enjoy. Doubles to the top now, doubles to the bottom for the Bears. Single back, and that's Royster again to the left of the quarterback, and he picks up the blitz, and here goes the run around that opposite end. This time they'll just get back to midfield before they get knocked down. So Novus gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's 10 yards short. And with 5:17, this will be the first time tonight the Bears will have to kick this football away.
I was trying, yeah.
Smith will drop back to kick. He'll be inside his 35-yard line. And Holloway waits 11 to kick to number 11 here as Holloway steps back to the 20. Smith, they got the fake on, and they're coming right up the middle of the football field. They've got the first down, 40-yard line, 30-yard line, down to the 20. That's Nate Miller. He's inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. They saw something they liked on that one. Nice job by Miller to take that snap and wait for his offensive line to open everything up. Devontae Royster, one of the guys out on the wing, to get a block, and just like that, the ball goes from the 50-yard line down inside the 20 to the 16-yard line, and the Bears have the ball first down and 10. So drive number 4 may end up in points yet, but we'll just have to wait and see as this unfolds. Bears son Andrew is up to the top all by himself on the visitor's sideline. They've got doubles right in front of us here on the home sideline. That's the short side of the field. Running back to the right and the left of Novus. They'll give the ball to Royster, and he'll go right up the middle of the football field. Inside the 15, down to about the 14. They might give him the 13 and a half. Clock now down to 4 minutes and 7 seconds, and it's moving. Ramey makes the tackle for Patrick Henry, but Royster makes him pay for it. Short 3 yards, so make it second down and call it a long 7. Clock down under 4 minutes, and it's still moving right now, and the Bears have the football on the Patrick Henry 14-yard line. Doubles to the top, singles to the bottom right now. Running back to the left and the right of Zach Novus as he works out of that pistol look again. And they're going to pitch the ball to Miller. Miller's going to sweep left end. He's around the end. He's inside the 10, gets knocked down around the first down stick up on the visitor's sideline. And we're just going to have to see whether he got all the way. Will Morrow made the tackle, but not before Miller got around the corner. And we're just going to have to see where they mark him. He's inside the 10 at about the 9. And it'll be third down and short right now for the Bears as they need about a yard. He was out of bounds. Clock stops with 3:27 to play in the opening half. Devontae Royster, the only running back in the backfield. Zach Nobis to his right in the pistol. They've got doubles on both sides, top and bottom, with a slot receiver on both sides. Nobis looks to throw across the middle. The ball's tipped away, almost picked off, but it's incomplete down around the goal line. Heading towards Smith, somebody got a hand on it, maybe 2 or 3 guys with red shirts, and it never was able to make it to Smith. Ended up on the ground at about the 5-yard line. It'll be second down now, and or fourth down, I'm sorry, and 1 yard to go for this first down. Wonder if the Bears will go back in that power look right now here on the 9-yard line. No, instead they'll spread everything out again. Doubles come to the home side. Now they'll go under center. Nobis goes under center with 2 pro set backs in the backfield. They'll turn and hand that football off to Devontae Royster, and Royster fights his way for the first down close to the 5-yard line. Bears offensive line doing a nice job tonight controlling that line of scrimmage, and then Devontae Royster deciding to be the hammer that he can be, puts his head down and drives that pile forward for the first down. The ball now at the 5-yard line. First down and goal for the Bears. Got to check. It might be the 6, just outside of that 5. So it's first down and goal, Bears 6-yard line, 3:08 to play, and the clock is moving. Bryson Andrews, the only wide receiver up to the top as they go in that power look, and they dive right forward. They'll be inside the 5, maybe the 4. As they just keep going forward, and I believe that was Royster again that toted that rock. He got to the 4. Give him about 2. Second down now and goal, and the clock moving at 2:36 between us and the half here tonight at Patrick Henry. Bears would like to put another score on the board here before the night's over. Again, that power look. Quarterback under center. Turn. And they'll sweep right in. They're going to try to throw the ball, and it's wide open down in the corner. Easy little pitch and catch. And it goes to Alex Potvin right at the goal line, and Potvin with the catch and the step into the end zone. And just like that, the Bears lead the Patriots 27-0 with 2:16 to play here in this opening half. Well, I'll tell you what, that's amazing. Potvin on a 5-yard catch. Make it 4 just to be official. And the Bears with a fake punt to keep that drive alive have the extra point to make it 28-0 with 2:16 to play here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
An insurance policy is essentially a promise to pay for covered losses that occur to your assets. At Andrews O'Neill & Lowe, we take this promise seriously, from the minute you accept the policy to the moment the loss occurs and beyond. That's why we place your auto, home, or business insurance with an experienced carrier like the Central Mutual Insurance Company. Our expertise, matched with Central's quality products and service, provide you protection, security, and peace of mind. Andrews O'Neill & Lowe is your local Central agent. Call us today at 419-636-5050.
Back here, Patrick Henry, as the Bears about ready to kick off again here tonight. They took the coin toss and decided to take the ball, and it has been very successful and profitable for them here in this first half, as they have 4 drives and 4 touchdowns, and they have done a nice job of being able to stifle the Patrick Henry Patriots so far here in this opening half. Ball will get kicked down and roll out of bounds. It looks like down around the 20 as the flag comes out of the pocket there of the official. And the Xavier Winsink was the young fellow that was watching it roll out of bounds at about the 12. And the mark out will bring this football all the way back out to the 35-yard line. It will be first down now and 10 for Patrick Henry. They have 1 timeout left. They've taken 2 already in the first half. And the ball will be 65 yards away from the Golden Bear end zone as they take this possession. Sweebert in front of us. here on the home side. That's the wide side of the football field if you're listening. And the Patrick Henry Patriots are going from your right to your left. Up on the top is Holloway. Single running back to the left of Moss in the backfield, and he will throw this little slant pass, and boy, did he set him up for that one. Winsler put a big hit on Schwiebert. He was able to pull the ball in and advanced it to the 39-yard line, so a pickup of 4. But I'll tell you what, he's not going to live on that all night long, or he's going back to number 4 and say, hey, buddy, let's not set me up for those anymore. Spencer Winsler with a big hit and a nice catch there by Logan Schwiebert for a pickup of 4, 2nd down and 6. Under 2 minutes to play now in the half. Moss going to throw this up into the flats. He's got his guy complete at the 45. He breaks a tackle and gets across midfield into Bryan territory.
14.
And
9.
Moss with a
I think so.
nice catch by Xavier Winzik with the catch. Potvin with the tackle after his touchdown here a little bit earlier. But the possession now moves the ball into Bryan territory at the 48-yard line with 1:28 to play here in the half. Again, running back to the right. Moss drops the throw, throws it into the flat on the home side. He's got his completion at the 43-yard line. Ball goes to 28, Winzik again, and he has been the most reliable of the bunch here tonight as Patrick Henry takes their final timeout. And I think if we're in pretty good shape with all of our commercials right now, Big Harry, we'll just keep that ball right here, everything right here in front of us. Do you have any scores for me down there at all? Okay. I know you weren't ready, but I thought, hey, we just hang on to this one right now. Bears up 28-0. They have an 11-yard Bryson Andrews touchdown, a 61-yard Bryson Andrews touchdown, both of them catches, a 1-yard run by Zach Novus, and then a 4-yard touchdown catch by Alex Potvin to make it 28-0 with all the extra points good. E, what's going on around the area right now?
All right, it is Van Wert 32 over Bath 0. Wapakoneta 35 over Defiance, nothing. Wauseon is up by a touchdown, 14-7 against Evergreen. That's at the half now. Archbold is up 13-0 over Delta. It is Napoleon trailing Southview 13-6. Liberty Center 14, Swanton 7. That's in the second quarter.
PH comes to the line of scrimmage right now as Moss drops the throw. He gets a block and throws across the middle. That one hit Bryson Andrews right in the hands, and Bryson would like to have that one back. He was wide open at the 30-yard line there with a couple of Bryan Golden Bears next to him, and that was thrown into some pretty severe coverage. 3rd down now and 7. Sorry.
So upset.
3rd down and 6, let's make it. Ball in the 43-yard line of the Golden Bears. Clock stopped at 1:10 to play here in the half. Anything else down there either was good to look at?
A couple in Gibsonburg over Danbury. There's not a lot of, let's see, Central Catholic 14-6 over St. Francis. That's a big game over in Toledo today.
Moss has his guy wide open at the 39-yard line. I believe that goes to Winzik again, and Winzik fights his way towards that stripe, and I think he's going to be very close to the 1st down as he steps out of bounds in front of the Bryan bench. And they look at it a couple different times and then decide, I believe it is 1st down and 10. Patrick Henry, there's some conversation going on over on the sideline as the sticks have not moved yet. But it is enough for the 1st down now, and they will move that ball back out to the right hash mark at the 38-yard line, 37.5, I guess, 1st down and 10. 1:02 to play in the opening half. Moss in the pistol look with a running back to his left, drops to throw. Looks down towards the home sideline, throws it again to Winzik, and he's got the football inside the 20-yard line as he caught it at the 22 and was able to step out of bounds down around the 18-yard line. And all of a sudden now, number 4, number 28 are starting to come up with a connection here as they're moving this football down the field on the Golden Bears right before the half. Patrick Henry obviously gets the football to open up quarter number 3. Bears would like to keep him out of the end zone. No timeouts now for PH. The ball on the 18-yard line of the Golden Bears. Triples down to the top for Patrick Henry. Single running back to the right of Moss, who's in the pistol. Drops back in the center of the pocket, throws across the middle, and the Bears saw it coming. Did they intercept it? No, incomplete. 2 Bears down there. Ball was thrown in a real bad spot, and the Bears made a play on it. but the Logan Clemens was the guy really closest to the football, but couldn't come up with the catch. Stops the clock with 47 ticks left. Ball still at the 28-yard line. And again, remember, Patrick Henry out of timeouts right at this moment. Play clock at 15 seconds and counting here. Schwiebert goes to the top. Holloway goes to the bottom. Running back to the right is Morrow of Moss, and he's in the pistol look. Goes straight back. He's got the rush coming, throws it, a quick out down inside the 10 or right at the 10. Nice little pitch and catch down there to about that spot, and that number 11, Colton Holloway, with the catch. And the completion makes it 3rd down and a couple now, as the ball sitting right on the 10-yard line. Schwiebert all by himself on the top. Now they will send 28 Xavier Winsick up with him in the flank. Single receiver on the bottom side. Moss has some heat coming, but they pick it up. He's got his man down around the 2-yard line. It will be complete. That is 22 Ramey who catches the football. He's inside the 5. They're going to mark him at about the 3. Clock to 38 seconds right now as they come up on the ball. It looks like they're going to spike this one, and they do. So the first down play will be a spike, and that gives them the ability to come over and talk to the coach for just a minute. So it'll be 2nd down and goal at the 3-yard line. Patrick Henry with the football, 35 ticks on the clock. And if you just joined us, the Bears up 28-0 on the main stop scoreboard. And PH without any timeouts right before the half, trying to erase that 0 and put a 7 up on their side of that scoreboard before they go in at the half. They get the ball to open up everything in the 3rd quarter. Plenty of time left in this football game, but so far tonight the first half has belonged to the Golden Bears. Doubles go to the top with a wide receiver and a guy in the slot. Moss drops, looks to throw the opposite direction. Good coverage in the end zone. It's incomplete. Tried to get it to Holloway, just inside the end zone, heading towards the out-of-bounds stripe. And some good coverage by the Golden Bears down there in the end zone to knock that ball away. That was Connor Arthur that knocked that away. So it'll be 3rd down now and goal from the 3-yard line, and the clock down to 32 seconds left, as both the pass plays really have not taken any time off that clock. Crowd over here at Patrick Henry's side trying to get their team in that end zone, and you do kind of ask yourself, do they have time to run this thing with 32 ticks and no timeouts on 3rd down? Running back to the right and the left of Moss. This would be the time they're going to do it. He will fake, rolling to his right, throws it to the middle of the end zone, and I think he's got his guy for a touchdown. That is 22, I believe, TJ Ramey that holding that pass with 26 seconds to go. The officials talking to one another on the visitors' sideline down around the 5, and there is a flag in the end zone right now. It looks like it's going to go against the Bears as the Patriots have run their kicking team out, and they're going to call it holding against the Golden Bears in the end zone. So the touchdown will stand with 26 seconds left to go here in the half. And TJ Ramey pulls in a 3-yard touchdown pass from Moss for the first score of the night for Patrick Henry. With the extra point here on its way, it is kicked. It is right through the center of the uprights, and just like that, with 26 ticks left to go in the half, the Bears on top on the main stop scoreboard, 28-7. We'll take a short time out here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
This is my story. I'm a mother of 3, a wife, and a cat operator. I earned my degree in mechanical engineering technologies. Now I have a career doing exactly what I studied. I learned more, now I earn more.
And the Bears now have given up their first score of the night, so it's 28-7 after a nice drive by Patrick Henry and a 3-yard touchdown catch by TJ Ramey. And this little nub of a squibbler is going to be pulled up by the Bears at the 42-yard line. I don't know that that was an onside kick or just something they were trying to do to get this clock run down, but an onside kick they could have recovered at about the 44-yard line would have made the last 24 seconds of this half much more interesting than what we're about to see right now as the Bears, Devontae Royster picks up the little squibbler, and the Bears have the football on their own 44-yard line, first down and 10, and they're in that spread look right now. They've got 2 timeouts, and they have 24 seconds. It's worth at least one shot, I would think. Nobis drops back. Here comes the blitz. He's going to run around that left end and head towards the sideline. He'll pick up about 3, maybe 4 across the 45 to the 46, and he'll go out of bounds and stop the clock with 16 seconds left to go in the first half. Give Zach Nobis a pickup of about 3 on that first down, and the Bears will call their second timeout of the half to go to the sideline and chat about it a little bit. Well, it's interesting. You know, we talked about it. The one thing that PH has done this year that has been to their detriment, they've not had a very good kicking game as far as the extra points and no tries for field goals, and they have had some problems at times with some deep passes that have gotten behind them on this season. And the Bears may be hoping for one of those to happen right now to get that score back before the end of the half. Timeout is over. The Bears come up back on the football field. PH about to break their huddle right now on their sideline. And we've got time for 1, maybe 2 more plays, depending on what happens. I'm sure PH going to drop back pretty deep as their secondary now back around their 40-yard line. But they're coming up now with some pretty good coverage. Only 3 guys back at about the 45-yard line of Patrick Henry. Bears again in that spread look with an empty backfield. Triples on the home sideline. Offensive line holds up. Nobis has plenty of time, and he's going deep to Andrews, and he pulls it in at the 20 and falls down at the 19-yard line with 9 seconds left, and the Bears have the ability, if they want to call a timeout. Bryson Andrews has been big here tonight, as he catches about a 27-yarder inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line. In fact, give it about 28 yards on that catch. Bears will use their last timeout, I believe, here of the evening, even though they still show 3 of them on the scoreboard. If that is a timeout that was taken, and the Bears basically had 1 left to take as far as I could show on my pad, PH is out of their timeouts. Bears and Patrick Henry both on a sideline with their coaches talking about this. 9 seconds left to go in the half. Bears with the football on the Patrick Henry 17-yard line. No timeouts left, I believe, although there are 2 up on the scoreboard, it looks like right now. But they've called 2 of them here in just the last minute or so of this ball game. And I believe that was that they've already used their 3. But if they have 1 more, they might get 2 plays in. If not, this could be the last play of the half. They'll go triples here to the home side. That's the wide side of the field. They'll go doubles to the top, and they will spread everything out. Nobody in the backfield, so the offensive line is just going to have to block. Nobis going to try to score 1 right before the half. He drops. Bears pick up the blitz. Nobis rolls to his right. He's going to run this one. Breaks a tackle at the 15, is on his feet at the 10, lunges before the 5, gets up to call a timeout, but I don't think there's any time left as the scoreboard shows 000 right now, and that's going to do it. Nobis made a valiant effort. He got inside the 5-yard line with the sweep around the right end after he couldn't find anybody open, but that'll end the half. And the Bears will go in at halftime pretty happy, I would think, although Coach Redhead will try to keep them level-headed and ready to play another half of football because we still have 1 ahead of us, but they're up right now 28-7 here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. We've got the Golden Bears band. We'll take a quick timeout, come back and grab their halftime display right after this timeout here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Things are pretty much business as usual here at Bryan Ford Lincoln. Our techs are providing the same high-quality service that everyone in Northwest Ohio expects. Our sales team is providing our customers with the best price on new and pre-owned vehicles. Everyone is focused on winning another President's Award from Ford. Yeah, pretty much business as usual. Oh, I guess there is one thing different. Stop out and see the all-new Bryan Ford Lincoln.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
Henry, the Golden Bear Band, about ready to take the field for their halftime show here to entertain the folks here in Hamler. Bears are up 28-7 on the main stop scoreboard as we head down to the field for the show.
And Brittany Rosendahl on drum set, along with the Bryan Marching Band performs Just a Closer Walk with You. By the band Green Day from their 2005 album American Idiot, and was inspired by Bob Dylan. It was meant to be the prelude to Boulevard of Broken Dreams. As a single, it did well around the world, hitting #1 on the U.S. alternative chart. Here is the Bryan Marching Band performing Holiday. the 80s. Big hair, loud bands, and the birth of MTV. One of its first stars was Dee Snider and Twisted Sister. Since the release of their 1984 album, Stay Hungry, this chart has been used in movies, television, and political campaigns. What do you want to do with your life? I want to rock. To the Bryan High School Marching Band closer, we're not gonna take it. Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Richard Will. Staff assistants are Ben Little and Larry Schaefer, with the senior field commander, George Green. The marching band is represented the Patrick Henry Marching Band at their house in Valley. If there's anyone to their applause, please feel free to drive home in a great weekend. Good night and go there.
This is Dieter showing you the 2017 Ford Fiesta that has a final price of under $13,500 here at Darryl Shirkey Ford Lincoln. How did we get there? First, there's a $3,000 rebate from Ford. Add in the Darryl Shirkey employee discount of $681, bringing the final price of this Ford Fiesta to $13,469.
At Darryl Shirkey Ford Lincoln, everyone gets the employee discount on all new Ford cars and trucks. Stop by and see how much you can save.
And we're back here at Patrick Henry at halftime right now. The PH Band on the field, as you can see here, if you're watching on BMU Channel 3 on Saturday night. If you're out with us right now on the Q96.5 tonight, or listen to BryanSports.com this evening, obviously you probably hear the band in the background just a little bit. Bears on top 28-7 here at halftime after they had worked out to a 28-0 lead. It all started back in the first quarter on an 11-yard touchdown catch by Bryson Andrews. That put the Bears up with the extra point, 7-0 here early in the football game. Bears had the ball basically 4 times in the first half, and they were able to score all 4 times. I actually had it a 5th time right at the end of the half, but they only got the ball back with about 34 seconds on the clock and still made it interesting. Got the ball all the way down to inside the 5-yard line, and the time ran out on them basically at that point. Bears up 7-0 as we go back to the first quarter. They actually were able to get the ball back after holding Patrick Henry and scored again, this time on a 61-yard touchdown catch by Bryson Andrews. Made it 14-0. And Bears on that drive went 5 plays, 76 yards. On their opening drive, they went 6 plays for 54 yards. So the Bears offense clicking early, and the defense doing a nice job. They roughed the kicker after the very first drive there for Patrick Henry, but that did not cost them anything. And the defense has been strong all the way up until the end of the first half. It was 14-0 in the first quarter. The Bears got the ball back to open up the second quarter. Zach Nobis ran it in from the 1 to make it 21-0. That was an 11-play drive, went 74 yards. So you can see the Bears offense clicking on 3 nice long drives that took them over 200 yards of offense at that point in time and staked them to a 21-0 lead. Then it was an Alex Potvin 4-yard catch that made it 28-0 with the extra point before they gave the football back to Patrick Henry right before the end of the half. Patrick Henry able to make things happen offensively, get it down the football field, and it was a T.J. Ramey catch from Moss, a 3-yard catch there with 26 seconds left to go in the first half that made the score what it is right now, 28-7 as we sit here at halftime watching the Patrick Henry band here tonight. So all in all, the Bears with a pretty good effort here in that first half. Came out, had no letdown from the Delta game last week. Came out and took Patrick Henry's best shot here so far and have a 3-touchdown lead. But as I said, as we took a break to halftime, a lot of time left in this football game, and you can tell both teams now hunkered down with the coaches trying to figure out exactly how they're going to attack the second half. If you're Coach Inselman, you know you get the football, so you're talking to your offense and saying, hey guys, last time we had the ball, we moved the ball well, the best that we've done all night long. We were able to score that touchdown, make it 28-7. And if you're Coach Redhead on his side, you've got to be exhorting your team to the fact that they have played extremely well defensively up until that last series of downs when Patrick Henry finally found the end zone, and they need to play exactly that same way to open up this third quarter. A stop by the Bears on this first drive, I think, would do wonders for their confidence, as they've had a lot of troubles over here at Patrick Henry through the years as we've been coming over to do these football games. A drive by PH for a score to make this 28-14 to open up the third quarter makes this a whole different football game, and it will be interesting to see how Coach Redhead and his guys can get back on that football field after that one offensively and maybe stretch that lead again, or if it will be a whole different ball game here in the second half than it was in the first half. But a good ball game tonight. I'm here by myself. Chris Malenga taking the night off, so we're trying to bring you all the action here tonight from Patrick Henry, and the Bears doing a great job in this first half as they're up 28-7. We're going to step away for another timeout. We've got a short feature that we're going to share with you as well here at halftime, probably about 7 or 8 minutes away from kicking this football game off here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Andrews O'Neill & Lowe is committed to providing you the best value for your insurance dollar. We are an agency built on integrity, offering personal service and sound advice you can trust. That's why we partner with experienced carriers like the Central Mutual Insurance Company for your auto, home, or business insurance needs. Central's quality insurance products are reasonably priced and backed by prompt, professional service, providing value for your peace of mind. Andrews O'Neill & Lowe is your local Central agent. Call us today at 419-636-5050.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal.
Back here at Patrick Henry, as you see both bands now on the sideline as the halftime festivities are over. As we take a look at some of the scores around the area, a couple of them that really make a lot of sense for us to look at here right now as East sent them down to me. Southview over Napoleon right now at the end of the second quarter, 13-6. Liberty Center leaves Swanton 14-7 here, also a late second quarter score. That one probably at half as well. Alida over Shawnee 35-7. As we're looking around the area right now for some other scores. Let's see, it's Banworth 32, Bath nothing. Wauseon leads Evergreen 14-7 at the half. Archibald just rolling over Delta tonight, 27-0. As we kind of expected, Delta in a bit of a precarious situation to end this season as all the seniors on that team basically checked out a couple of weeks ago, and we saw the result of that last week in Bryan as the Bears rolled all over the Panthers. Also, Wapak just rolling Defiance tonight, 35-0. Coach Klein having some rough times down in Defiance. And finally, Kenton over Ottawa Glandorf here in the third quarter, 21-3. Here at Patrick Henry, it's the Bears on the main stop scoreboard up 28-7 as we step away and get ready for the kickoff of the third quarter.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
Hi, I'm Dieter Held, here to tell you a little bit about the Darrow Shirkey Ford Lincoln Employee Discount. This is a Ford Escape S package with an MSRP of $24,495. Ford is offering a $3,500 rebate on this Escape. And here's where the Darrow Shirkey Employee Discount comes into play. It takes an additional $1,476 off the price of the Escape, bringing the total to $19,519.
How much can Darrow Shirkey's Employee Discount save you? The only way you'll know is to stop by and see us.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
And you know, this was the week where all the lights went up at the soccer field over in Bryan, and what a beautiful, beautiful situation that is. The Golden Bears now able to play some nighttime soccer, which is a wonderful attribute, and the Bryan Athletic Booster, along with the Bryan Area Foundation, and so many other people that really worked extremely hard to come up with the dollars they needed to put those lights in and renovate that field. And I'll tell you, that's going to be a benefit for years to come. And the first night game, according to Ian, my headset will be on BMU Cable this week, so you get a chance to see what that place looks like under the lights. And what a wonderful facility nowadays that the Bears have. About a minute away from kicking this thing off. As we said, the Bears will be kicking here in the third quarter. They won the toss to open up the ball game tonight. They decided to take the ball, which was a very smart idea, and they took it all the way down the football field for the first score of the night. Zach the Cat Hazel is out there here tonight, and he's not quite figuring this whole thing out, that the Bears up 28-7, I'm sure, but we'll do our best to make all the boys down in Columbus or the Columbus Bureau happy here tonight, and all I can say is just get an Uber or a designated driver if you're leaving a little bit later on in the night there, Zach. That's all we can ask. All right, here we go. Patrick Henry on the football field right now. They'll be on our left heading towards our right. The Bears will be kicking from our right to our left, and they will send back, as always, I believe, Colton Holloway, who is number 11. He's up on the visitor side at about the 5-yard line. And Xavier Winsick here on our side again at about the 5-yard line. And now they move their way up to the 10. And Smith waiting to get the ball from the official, put it on the tee, and kick this off. 12 on the clock. Bears on top 28-7 as we have 24 left to play here from Patrick Henry on a Friday night. Week number 8. Hope you're enjoying it tonight on 96.5 FM The Q. WQCT in Bryan, Ohio, or on BryanSports.com. If you've hooked us up in any direction off of either one of those two sources tonight, we're happy to have you. I'm here all by myself tonight as Chris Malinga taking the night off. Ball Ball gets kicked, and it will be fielded by Holloway this time on about the 14, right up the middle of the football field. He's got an open field. He's at midfield. Bears are going to chase him down, but not until he crosses the 35-yard line of the Golden Bears and finally gets to about the 33. And it was Austin Dean that made the touchdown-saving tackle as Holloway breaks that one right up the middle of the football field. A nice open football field for him. And he goes from the 15-yard line all the way down to the 33-yard line of the Golden Bears. So add those two together, and you've got about a 57-yard return on the opening kick. PH again with running backs to the right and left of the Moss in the pistol look and two wide receivers to the top. A delay handoff goes to number 45, Will Morrow, and he goes off left guard. And he'll have about 4 yards on first down, make it second down at about 6. Nice little dive play by Morrow as the Patrick Henry Patriots trying to close that gap just a little bit here on their opening drive of the third quarter. And the Bears better not be sleeping right now because this game has a long way to go. Just underway, quarter number 3. Doubles right in front of us on the home side. Running back to the right and the left behind Moss, and they will give that ball off to one of those backs, and he will be across the 30 and close to the 26-yard line. Give him another 3, maybe 4, and again, that's 45, Will Morrow again. And Morrow now with 2 runs has 7 yards. It's third down and 3 for the Patrick Henry Patriots. Ball on the home side hash mark here on the 30, basically the 26-yard line. Again, a wing back to the left who now goes in motion, and they will hand the ball off on the jet sweep, and that is Ramey. Ramey turns the right corner. He'll have the first down as he's all the way to the 20-yard line. Needed about the 23, got an extra 3, first down and 10, and Patrick Henry's offense, which was so sluggish here in the first quarter and most of the second quarter, now after that touchdown right before the half has a little more life to it. Schwiebert will be the wide receiver here on the home side. Holloway the wide receiver on the top side. Again, 2 running backs, each to the right and the left of Moss, who's in the pistol, and we have a flag early. And I think we're going to say that maybe the Bears jumped. Yes, indeed. So the Bears jump off sides on first down and 10, and it makes it first down and 5, and everybody in a red shirt are happy because they got the defensive line to move a little bit early and set up a short first down. So moving all the way down to the 15-yard line now. Moss will go under center. Pro look behind him with 2 running backs and a wide receiver on both sides. They'll turn and they'll hand it to Ramey. Ramey has some room, and he's out around the corner, and he's on his way to the end zone. Ramey will go 15 yards as he breaks what was a dive play off the left side a little wide and got around all the containment and worked his way all the way end zone to a 15-yard touchdown carry. And just like that, Patrick Henry takes the football after a nice return. They capitalize with a 15-yard run by Ramey to make this now a 2-score game, 28-13, with the extra point coming. This has been an interesting operation here as Darrow with the kick, and this one is pushed straight ahead as well, so they're 2 for 2 here tonight on the extra points. In fact, their kicker is 2 for 2. And just like that, the Patriots have cut this thing in half. Ramey with a 15-yard touchdown run at 10:07 to play here in the third quarter. And it's now 28-14. Golden Bears, and they're about to get the football for their first opportunity here of the third quarter after really driving right down the field right before the half. So if you're Coach Redhead and his guys right now, probably not happy with the way that your defense gave up a long drive after that long kick return and a short field 38-yard drive and a 15-yard touchdown run by Ramey. Makes it 28-14 now as the Bears about to get the football back. And I would think you're going to want to watch for onside kicks and any kind of trickery at this point in time after the momentum has now turned a little bit towards the home team. Kick will go high, a pop fly, and it is caught at the 30-yard line. A fair catch by the Bears pot man at the 30. Everybody on the home side wanting a fair catch violation, but Potvin basically waved his hand in the air, grabbed the ball, took a step or two, and then handed the ball to the official. And there might be a flag down on the football field. We'll see. Well, it's going to go, what are we calling here right now?
The other white.
There they go. The ball will now be marked from the 30 to about the 26-yard line. And they will call him for a fair catch violation and move the ball back to about the 27, first down and 10 Golden Bears on their own 27-yard line. First opportunity for the Bears in the third quarter. They have a 2-touchdown lead. Now let's see if they can hang on to that lead. That would be a big plus here for them tonight. They will empty the backfield again. They'll put Zach Novus there by himself. Triples here on the home side, doubles to the top. First down and 10 for the Bears. They bring a guy in motion. That's Andrews. They pitch in the ball. He'll sweep here to the home sideline. In fact, that's Miller, and Miller will get all the way to the 20-yard line. He's got about 3 on that opening carry. In fact, that was 6 instead of 10. That was Austin Dean with the tote. And Dean gets out to the 30-yard line. Give him 3. Second down now and 7. And a bad situation. Damian Lanzer has to come off the sideline, and he looks like he's in a great deal of pain here for Patrick Henry as he's laying prone right behind the bench right now as they work what appears to be a leg, and we're hoping maybe it's just a cramp or something like that. Doubles to the top, doubles to the bottom. Empty set again. Throw is a little bit behind the intended receiver. That was Logan Clemens out at the 35-yard line, and the ball just in front of Clemens, who can't pull it off the grass here at Patrick Henry. That would have been a pickup of about, well, in fact, they say he did get that ball. They move it all the way out to the 35-yard line. And it's third down now and 2. I didn't think he caught it down there the way that they had marked it, but they did mark it for a pickup. And a third down and 2 was a nice job by Clemens to be able to pick that ball up that was thrown extremely low. And right in front of the Patrick Henry bench. Doubles to the top, triples here to the home side. That's the short side of the field. Empty backfield again as Novus looks things over. Gets the football. Now he's going to run. He's coming straight up the middle of the football field. Dragging a couple of Patrick Henry Patriots just far enough as he gets close to the 40. Needed to get out to about the 38. He got the 39. That'll be first down and 10 with 8:38 to play third quarter. Novus getting real comfortable with that ball in his hand when he needs a couple on third down. That was in no way a pass. He got that football and was just looking for a hole to run through. 8:25, the clock is moving. There's 4 receivers now up to the wide side of the field, which is the visitor side, and now they bring Miller in motion towards us on the home side, and he sets in the slot. Here comes the blitz from the top of the field. Novus sees it coming, runs straight up the middle of the football field. He'll pay for it, but he'll get a yard, maybe 2. Man, they flashed somebody off that top edge, and Novus was able to run right around him. We've got a cat now on the field, running from the home side to the visitor side. It's a black cat, and it's Friday the 13th. Yeah, that's a little scary right now. I don't know whether that's intentional or not. Do you guys do that on every Friday the 13th? It was heading to our sideline. So it's second down. Give him 3 on that first down carry, and the cat now is well into the safety of underneath the bleachers on the visitor sideline. Doubles to the top, doubles to the bottom. Again, an empty set in the backfield. Novus looks. He wants to throw. He pulls it down. He rolls to his right. He throws at the last second, and it's incomplete close to midfield. Nice coverage by Moss. Ball on the money, it looked like, to Miller, but he couldn't pull it in. And it'll be third down now and about 7 for the Bears with 7:20 to play here in the third quarter.
Second chance for a stop now.
So the Bears now need to convert this third down. They were good on the first one. A lot shorter distance the first time through. This time they have third down and 7. Clock stop with 7:20 to play here in the third quarter. They'll send 2 to the top, 3 to the bottom. Wide side of the field's the home side of the field. Novus all by himself at the backfield, and the Patriots showing blitz. See if they'll come. Yes, here they come. Nobis gets rid of it across the middle to Andrews, and he's got the catch into Patrick Henry territory inside the 45 at the 43. And I'll tell you what, that was one of the nicest plays Zach Nobis has made all season long. He had severe heat coming right in his face, hung in there, saw Andrews cutting right across the center of the football field on that skinny post, put the ball right where it needed to be. Good coverage by the Patriots, but Andrews able to pull it back in, move it inside the 45 of Patrick Henry, and the Bears again convert a third down here at PH. Doubles to the top, triples to the bottom again for the Bears. Again, that empty look in the backfield. Under 7 to play, third quarter. Nobis drops, looks, he's got time. Offensive line doing a great job. He'll roll to his right now. He throws at the last second over the head of number 6, Austin Dean. I'll tell you, that was a tough decision for Nobis. If he pulls it down early and runs around the end, he's probably got a half a dozen and steps out in front of his bench. Instead, he went for the home run to Dean up the sideline at about the 20-yard line, but it was just thrown over his head. Second down and 10. Clock stops, 6:48 to play, third quarter. Great to have you with us here on the Q tonight, 96.5 FM. Now they're bringing more food in. They've got French fries up here nowadays. Man, I gained 3 pounds just watching you guys tonight. Empty look in the backfield, doubles to the top, triples to the bottom for the Bears. Nobis drops, he has time, only a 3-man rush. He'll run, now he pulls it back in and throws, and there's a flag on the field. Oh, wide open down at the 15-yard line was number 6, Austin Dean. He was so wide open that the ball got to him and he couldn't pull it in. I think it would probably be coming back anyway because I think there's a holding call on the Bears in the backfield. But Dean was all by himself on about the 18-yard line and the flat right in front of the home sideline, and that ball just hit him in the worst possible spot right in the hands. That would have been 6 if he'd have pulled it in. Now it would have all come back with the penalty, but at the same time, it would have been fun to watch Zach Dean turn around and realize he had nobody behind him. The mark-off will bring the ball all the way back to the 40-yard line of the Bears. In fact, the nose of the ball just on the 40. The rest of the ball on the inside of that 40-yard line. Clock stopped with 6:40 to play third quarter. Second down and just call it forever right now. Bears have 10, 15, 25, almost 26 yards here on second down. Doubles to the top, doubles to the bottom. Devontae Royster, the running back to the left right now of Nobis, and here comes the blitz. Royster picks it up. Nobis finds a spot right up the middle of the field. He's running, turns his back, carrying some players to the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. He'll get about 4 yards before he runs out of real estate. And it will set up a third down and a whole bunch for the Golden Bears now after that very costly holding penalty. Well, a big time right now for both these teams. I think if Patrick Henry can hold here and stop, they've got the opportunity to come back down and score and make this a one-possession football game. And the Bears would like to be able to convert this thing and take maybe the wind out of the sails of the home team right now. Smith will go wide all the way to the top of the football field. He's got 2 other guys with him up there in the slot. Single receiver in front of us, single running back in the backfield. That's Royster to pick up the blitz, and he's got it. Nobis is going to run it. He's across midfield, puts his head down. He's across the 45, and it'll be close to the 40 when they knock him out of bounds. This will set up an interesting situation as the Bears have a fourth down now and about 6, where they, depending on where they mark it. They are inside Patrick Henry's side of the football field now, and they actually now mark it back closer to the 42. So it's a fourth down now and about 7. And if you're Grant Redhead, do you kick this away and try to keep the field on your side, or do you say we've been able to get 8 yards most of the time here tonight, we're just going to go for it, and that is his decision. 5:44 to play third quarter. Bears keep the offense on the field. They'll bring a running back and put it to the right and the left of Nobis. Send doubles to the top and a single to the bottom. Zach trying to get PH to jump off sides, can't do it, so he'll call a timeout. Not a bad idea. Tried to get the home team to jump, they didn't do it. And the play clock works its way down to about 1 second as Zach Nobis calls the timeout, and I believe the Bears now ready to kick this football away. Interesting night over here at Patrick Henry. The Bears got off to a very quick start tonight. Ball game being brought to you tonight by newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger, by Amerimaid Realty, by the American Family Insurance, Starks Heating and Cooling, Thiel Supply, Fair Auto Repair, Bryan Ford, Northwest State Community College, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Brill Funeral Home and Crematory, Athletic Boosters, Darrow Shirkey Ford, Oberlin Turnbull, and by Bryan Municipal Utilities, your high-speed information and cable television source in the city of Bryan, Ohio. And thanks to E and his crew tonight, we are streaming this ball game for you on the Q 96.5 FM and on bryansports.com. So Bears look like they're going to kick. They line up. Smith will be at his 42-yard line. Holloway will stand back at his 10. Clock is stopped with 5:44. Good snap, no fake. Good kick, high driving kick. Holloway fields it at the 11-yard line. Looks for a lane and finds it, and he sneaks his way out to the 20 where Devontae Royster is there to scoop him up and knock him down. And also Keegan Brown, number 60, down there underneath of everything. Brown actually on the bottom of that pile with the tackle. Royster kind of finished everything off there. So the ball will be first down and 10 at the Patrick Henry 21-yard line. And with 5:39 to play in the third quarter, the Bears find themselves up 2 touchdowns, 28-14 on the main stop scoreboard. Bears got off early, 28-0 in that first half. Patrick Henry scored right before the end of the half to make it 28-7, and they've opened up with a score here in the third quarter. They hand the ball. They're going to run this thing right up the middle of the football field. And a nice job, I believe, by Morrow, 45. Morrow, a nice job. Bryson Andrews' helmet comes off, so he'll head to the sideline. Morrow gets about 7 on that first down carry. Bears with a decent stop, but not before Morrow gets 7. Second down at about 3 now. Ball just sitting inside the 30 at the 29. They need to get just outside the 31, so it's a short 3. Running back on the right and the left of Moss, who's in the backfield. They hand again to Morrow. Morrow breaks some tackles off the right side of that line this time. He'll be across the 35-yard line to the 36. That'll move the sticks. Ian Moore makes the tackle for the Bears, but not before Morrow picks up enough for the first down. And the Bears defense now showing a little crack here in this third quarter. 4:45, clock is moving here at Hamler this evening. Running backs to the right and the left of Moss. They'll hand it to Morrow again. He'll sweep left end, and this time no going. As he starts to turn the corner, Connor Beck's right there to wrap him up at the ankles. Knock him down. He'll get maybe a yard, but what looked like maybe had some possibilities as he turned that corner. Ended really quickly as Beck gets low and brings the big running back down for a pickup of just 1. Second down now and 9. PH will bring doubles right in front of us on the home side, and they'll stack them. 2 backs in the backfield, 1 to the right, 1 to the left of Moss, who's in the pistol. Turn, he's going to throw this ball, and the Bears saw it coming up in the air, was tipped and almost intercepted. Nice job by Winsler to watch Holloway and guard him coming across the middle. He got his hand on the ball, popped it up in the air, and I believe that was number 30, Dominic James, that almost pulled it down. Boy, an interception right there would have given the Bears the ball on the 41-yard line and really set them up in business, but instead it's third down now and 9 for Patrick Henry. Clock stopped with 3:57 to play in the third quarter. They'll send Holloway top of the screen right now. He's wide on the visitor side. They've got Swibert here in front of us. A tight end now standing up on the flank. Moss drops. Here comes the pressure. Toss in the flat, and this one is picked off at the 40-yard line. Ball hit the receiver in the hands. I think that was Winsick that was the intended receiver. It bounced off of him, went airborne, and the Bears able to pull it down. That was 14, Adam Queen. Queen almost had one earlier. This time on the tip, he's right there to pick it up, and they have now the football on the 40-yard line, first down and 10. So the Bears now in business on the PH 40-yard line. Eric's saying it's 10 there in my headset right now that caught that ball. So the interception will be Bears football at the 40-yard line. Andrews will go to the top of the screen. Smith here to the bottom. Running back on either side now of Zach Novus in the backfield in the pistol. Here comes the blitz. Royster picks it up. Novus rolls towards his right. He's out of the pocket at the 40. He's inside the 40 to about the 36-yard line where he gets knocked down after he picks up about 4 yards. So Bears football, and they're trying to just work this clock and also put maybe what could be the final nail in the coffin here this evening. If they can get back up 3 touchdowns and as they conclude this third quarter, we'll see. Smith again goes wide to the top with Dean. I think Miller's in a quarterback right now. Is that a 10 in a quarterback right now, Big E? Can you see that number? Nope, he's at the 1 halfback spot, and they hand it to Nate Miller. Miller runs on the trap play across the 35 to the 34. So Novus in that 18 and that 10 at times can be hard to see up here. Novus still playing quarterback. Hand off to Miller for a couple. Third down now and about 4 for the Bears. Ball inside the 35 at the 34, and obviously 2 down territory because you're at the Patrick Henry 34. Bears would like to pick this up. They don't care whether they get it on this down or the next one, but they'd like to keep this drive alive and not give the ball back to Patrick Henry after the turnover. Single receiver to the top, doubles to the bottom. 2 running backs in the back, 1 on each side of Zach Novus in the pistol. Zach gets the ball. Here comes the blitz. Oh, a screen pass to Devontae Royster at the 30. Makes his first guy miss at the 25. Breaks a tackle at the 20. On his feet at the 15, and he's inside to the 14-yard line. The big fella able to break a couple tackles on that little delayed screen to the tight end. They let everybody come. And the one thing that Zach Novus is getting better at as the season goes on is being able to stand in that pocket, take a big deep breath, and allow the play to happen and make the completion. And a great job by Zach on that completion to Dante Royster for the first down. They mark him right at the 15. So the Bears have the football, first down and 10. 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter, and they're trying to go back on top by 3 touchdowns. Doubles to the top, single to the bottom. Receiver to the right and the left of Zach Novus in the pistol. They'll turn, they'll hand it to Royster. Royster tries the left side. He's wrapped up pretty much right at the line of scrimmage and knocked down by about 4 guys in red shirts with white helmets. They'll give him about a yard. Stout on the tackle for the Patriots that time. Andrews will check out the sideline right now for the Bears. Second down and 9. Clock down to 1:24 and counting. Smith and Dean go wide to the top. Miller and Royster are the running backs. Royster to the right of Novus, Miller to the left. Single wide receiver right in front of us here on the bottom of the screen too. Novus going to call his own number straight up the middle of the football field. He's inside the 10 to the 9. With a tackle, pick up by about 5 or 6 there for Novus, depending on where they mark him. And we've got an injured player for Patrick Henry getting up and heading towards the sideline. Looks like he's going to be okay, but he's a little bit nicked coming off that field. 59 is Jacob Stout, I believe, that was the young fellow that's coming off the sideline. Doesn't look like it's anything serious, and that's the good news. 53 ticks now. Clock is moving. Bears have the football inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. Third down now and about 4 for the Golden Bears. Bears would like to get this touchdown, whether they end the quarter with it or start the new quarter with it. 81 Connor Lamb also on the football field. Novus keeps it inside left guard down to the 5. And it's going to set up a 4th down now and short for the Bears as they didn't quite get the 5. They're at the 5.5. So it's 4th down now and 1, and the clock's going to run out in the third quarter. That's going to do it for 3. Bears will have the ball with a 4th down conversion facing them when we open things up in the fourth quarter. 4th down and 1 for the Bears. 3 in the books. Bears on top 28-14 on the main stop scoreboard here at the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Things are pretty much business as usual here at Bryan Ford Lincoln. Our techs are providing the same high-quality service that everyone in Northwest Ohio expects. Our sales team is providing our customers with the best price on new and pre-owned vehicles. Everyone is focused on winning another President's Award from Ford. Yeah, pretty much business as usual. Oh, I guess there is one thing different. Stop out and see the all-new Bryan Ford Lincoln.
This is my story. I'm a mother of 3, a wife, and a cat operator. I earned my degree in mechanical engineering technologies. Now I have a career doing exactly what I studied. I learned more, now I earn more.
now end the game going from your left to your right, and the ball will be spotted on about the 6-yard line. They need to get to the 5 to get this first down. 4th down and 1. As we put 12 more minutes up on the game clock. And that's all that's left here in what has been a pretty entertaining football game tonight, especially if you're a Bears fan. Although from the latter part of the second quarter all the way through the third quarter, a nice job by Patrick Henry to put a touchdown on the board there at the end of the second and also in the third. Devontae Royster now in at one running back, and Zach Nobis goes under center. And they'll go straight forward with that football, and I don't know whether Nobis got there or not. We're just going to see where the pile ends up. Yep, first down. Big pile of bodies down there right around that 5-yard line, and you couldn't really tell where Zach was anymore. And when they unpile everybody, Zach's just across that 5-yard line. It will be first down now and goal from just inside the 5-yard line for the Golden Bears as we open up quarter number 4. Couldn't really see that. A nice job by both lines. That initially looked like there was no push, but the Bears obviously got just enough for Zach to get forward. And now they come back out in that power look with everybody bunched up and Nobis under center. He'll turn. He'll hand it back to James, who was the eye back in the backfield. He'll go off left guard and then move it closer to the goal line down around the 2.
45.
So you give him about 3 on the carry and set it up now at second down and goal. And if you're Coach Redhead, as long as you punch this in, the longer it takes, the better. 11-10 and counting here at Patrick Henry tonight. Bears again in that power look. They've got that wing back look that it's all tight at the line of scrimmage. They'll turn and they'll hand it again, I believe, to James. And this time James goes off left tackle and he'll find the goal line. 28 goes to 34 as the Bears with James on about a 3-yard dive. And the Bears all of a sudden get that score back. Dominic James, number 30, with a touchdown. I'm going to call it 3 yards. Looked like about that far for me, but for an old guy like me, 3 would seem like 20. So we'll just give him 3 and go from there. Extra point snap is a little bit behind the holder, but it's placed well, and the kick is good. And the Bears now up 35-14 as we step away. Early fourth quarter here in the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Andrews O'Neill & Lowe is committed to providing you the best value for your insurance dollar. We are an agency built on integrity, offering personal service and sound advice you can trust. That's why we partner with experienced carriers like the Central Mutual Insurance Company for your auto, home, or business insurance needs. Central's quality insurance products are reasonably priced and backed by prompt, professional service, providing value for your peace of mind. Andrews O'Neill & Lowe is your local Central agent. Call us today at 419-636-5050.
We are professionals with the sincere desire to reward every family who have placed their trust and confidence in us by being attentive to every detail, displaying the highest level of courtesy and compassion, and providing the greatest measure of respect for their wishes. As remembrance planners, our goal is to help families find joy in the way they choose to remember, honor, and celebrate the wonderful life of their loved one. Krill Funeral Service, we are experts at helping hearts heal.
Back here, and the Bears just scored. We'll amend that to a 1-yard touchdown run for Dominic James, a 40-yard drive, 9 plays. Bears did a nice job being able to accommodate that one and answer the score that Patrick Henry put on the board, and they have now a lead that stretches to 21 again here at Patrick Henry. Kick will go to the right side, be picked up down there by Xavier Wensig. Wensig now cuts it back towards the middle of the field. Almost got away from a couple of Bears, back around the 23-yard line. Bears all over his ankles, wouldn't let him go. And a nice job by the Golden Bears to make that tackle. I think we'll give that to Connor Arthur, as one of the guys on the bottom of that stack coming up off there. And it'll be first down and 10 now for Patrick Henry as they have the football on the 25. And the life that was over here on the sideline here a minute ago, now not quite as lively, as they had cut that to a 2-score situation here at Patrick Henry and thought they might be getting the football back instead. Now they're down 3 with the football back. Throw goes across the middle of the football field, but it's a little bit out of the reach, number 13, Logan Schwiebert. couldn't pull it in on that little post route out around the 40-yard line, and the incompletion sets up a second down now and 10. Clock stopped, 10:42 to play in the football game. If you just joined us, the Bears got off to an early 28-0 lead in the first half. Patrick Henry scored right before the half to make it 28-7. Then they scored with their opening drive here in the third quarter to make it 28-14, and it looked like we had a football game that was going. The Bears able to answer with that last touchdown drive to give them a little more cushion here with 10:42 to play in the ball game. Looks like an offset eye. They'll hand off to the second back through. Right side for a couple out to about the 34-yard line.
15.
And a nice job by Patrick Henry to pick up about 3 on that second down carry. So it's third down now and about a long 6 for the Patriots with 10:15 and counting here in the fourth and final quarter. Bears would like to stop them right here and get this football back. PH obviously needs to keep this drive alive. Doubles that are stacked right in front of the home sideline. Running backs to the right and left of Moss, who's in the pistol. He drops and looks to throw. Here comes the heat, and he's going down. Big number 15, Matt Harold, got around that corner real quick. And just like that, Jarrett Moss was out of time and out of room, and Harold threw him down for a big loss. It'll be fourth down now at about 12, inside the 25 at about the 23-yard line. And if they had any inclination to maybe go for this one right now, you have to believe they're going to have to kick this one away or come up with some little bit of a razzle-dazzle play right now to be able to keep the football. 9:26 and counting here, quarter number 4. Bears are not biting on anything. There's nobody back. They're just waiting. And the kick is a good one, but it's a short one. It'll hit at the midfield stripe, bounce kind of forward, and then take a little bit of a Patrick Henry roll inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line. So a decent kick of about 30 yards, 35 yards, puts the Bears with the football at the 45-yard line, their own, with 9:06 to play in this football game and a 3-score lead. Tell you what, it's been an interesting night. We've had a lot of tough Friday nights over here in Patrick Henry. And the Bears band right now have the lights going on their side. Got a little light show going on with the bands. I'm not sure exactly what those are, their phones or whatever. But for the first time, that's the students over there next to the band, I guess, with all the lights. They're starting to feel pretty good over here at Hamler tonight. And there's been an awful lot of long nights here in Hamler. Fake the ball to Royster in the backfield. Quarterback keeper, and he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of a couple. No place really to go for Zach Nobis as Hunter Deem was there. He made the tackle. It'll be a loss of about 2. Spotted at the 43-yard line. And the clock is rolling. 8:44 and counting here in this ball game. Clock right now is as much of a factor in this thing as anything, as the Bears have a 3-score lead. If they can run 3 or 4 minutes every time they have the ball, this thing will run out before Patrick Henry will have a chance to catch us. Royster, the only running back in the backfield. They're going to throw across the middle, just a little bit behind the intended receiver. That was Dean, out around the 45-yard line of Patrick Henry. The ball thrown low and a little bit behind him. Incompleted pass makes it third down now and 11. And does stop the clock with 8:18 to play here in the ball game. This will be an interesting one. You would think right at this point in time the Bears would like to try to run this clock a little bit more, but that's kind of a safe pass that they threw, and if it would have been completed, it would have set up a third down and short instead of its third down and 11. Bears have not had troubles with these tonight. Doubles to the top, single to the bottom, running back to either side of Zach Nobis, and they'll fake the ball to Miller. Nobis will run it straight up the middle of the football field. He gets through the first wave, gets to the midfield stripe, and then goes down there. It'll set up a fourth down at about 6, and the Bears will be happy to kick this ball away because they'll hang on to it till somewhere down around the 7.5-minute mark before they give it back to Patrick Henry. Holloway will drop back deep. He'll be inside his 25-yard line. Smith will drop back deep. Miller again, who faked that fourth down punt in the third quarter, which set up that 4th score for the Bears, is the protector back there, but I don't look for Mr. Miller to step in front of this one. 7:38. Play clock at 6. Good snap. Nice big boom and high kick. It'll drive Holloway back, and it'll actually hit on the 5-yard line and roll into the Patrick Henry end zone. So a booming kick of about 51 yards there for Smith. Will give the ball to Patrick Henry after the touchback and give them a long field to deal with 7:28 to play. Bears have used a timeout here in the second half. Patrick Henry has all 3 of their stoppages. And a stop on this series right now would be a huge one probably for the Golden Bears, because the more time you can run off this clock right now, the better off you'll be. Single running back, that's Morrow to the right of Moss in the pistol look. Here comes the Bears on a blitz. He gets rid of the ball, but it's batted up in the air, and I believe that's Dom James that got a big hand on that one and knocked it down. So the ball gets knocked down at the line of scrimmage. If it wasn't James that got him, it was probably Matt Harold on the defensive end spot. You couldn't tell. The ball came out of Moss's hand and then ended up on the ground right around the line of scrimmage. 7:24, the clock stopped right now, fourth quarter. PH with the football. They'll send a wide receiver to the top, a wide receiver to the bottom. Put a receiver to the flank on the visitor side, which is the wide side of the football field. Now they add one on the other side as well, and Moss will keep this right up the center of the football field. He has some room. He'll have the first down across the 30 out to about the 34, maybe the 35-yard line. That'll move the sticks. First down, Winsler with a tackle for the Bears. But with 7:17 to play, Coach Inselman and his guys happy that they pick up the first down, move the sticks, keep the football. That's the name of the game. They're 3 scores down at 35-14 here on the main stop scoreboard. And they're running out of time with 7 minutes exactly here by the time they snap this ball. Pistol look again. Morrow in the backfield to the right. Moss gets it, drops right back, looking to throw, steps into it, drives it up the field along the visitor's sideline. Was it caught? Looks like it was, somewhere inside the Bryan territory at about the 42, and I think that was Ramey, 22, that came up off the pile with that ball. Nice catch by Ramey, nice throw by Moss. Ball in the Bryan 42-yard line. Clock still moves with 6:36 to play now in this football game. Again, that single back, it's Morrow to the left now of Moss in that pistol look, and he's going to keep this ball, run right up the middle of the field, and there's Bears everywhere. Moss gets back to the line of scrimmage. He might have gotten a yard. Harold in on that tackle along with Andrews. And we'll give him a yard on that first down carry, make it 2nd down and 9, and now we're down to 6 minutes exactly on this ball game as Moss comes off the sideline after conferring with the coaches. If you're PH right now, this is an important drive. You need to put some points on the board right now or this ball game's over. They'll bring doubles to the home side, a single receiver to the top. Morrow again to the right of Moss, a high snap, he pulled it down, drops back. Runs out of time, now he steps into the throw, and that one's almost picked off. Ball was thrown down the center of the football field, and Adam Queen, number 14, stepped in front of the intended receiver and almost pulled that one off at around the 30-yard line. Couldn't hang on to it, so the incompletion will set up a 3rd down now and 9. Bears dropping that zone look, basically, and it's really a tough situation to be able to throw on. And again, right in the middle of the field, there's more bodies than anywhere. Queen saw it coming and almost got to it in time, but did not. 3rd down now, 9. Clock stopped, 5:34 to play in the ball game. Bears up, 35-14. Moss again with a running back to his right, doubles on the top, doubles on the bottom. Here comes the rush. He lets it go just as he's being hit, and I believe it's caught at the 32-yard line. That is 13, Logan Schweibert, that pulled that in. And Austin Dean made the tackle. Schweibert will just be barely, a foot, maybe 2 feet short of that first down stick. So it's 4th down now and about a foot for Patrick Henry. 5:09 to play in the game now. Moss goes under center. And now we have whistles and we have a timeout with 12 seconds left on the play clock. And Bryan takes the timeout. That's their second here in the second half. With 5:03 to play in the game, we'll step away. Bears up 35-14 here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
At Krill Funeral Service, we are professionals with the sincere desire to reward every family who have placed their trust and confidence in us by being attentive to every detail, displaying the highest level of courtesy and compassion, and providing the greatest measure of respect for their wishes. As remembrance planners, our goal is to help families find joy in the way they choose to remember, honor, and celebrate the wonderful life of their loved one. Krill Funeral Service, we are experts at helping hearts heal. They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Back here just in time to throw across the middle of the football field, and that one is batted up in the air and caught by Moss, and then he's dropped for a loss of about 4. That nice little fake, trying to catch the Bears by surprise, throw the ball across the middle of the field. It got batted straight up in the air, and Moss actually caught his own pass. By that time, he is 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, took a step forward, and he got dropped right there by the Golden Bears. So the turnover on 4th down will be the 3rd time that's happened here tonight, and the Bears now have the football back on the 40 or 38-yard line, just inside the 40-yard line, their own, with 4:54 to play in this football game and a 3-touchdown cushion. And the Bears play here tonight. They go to Liberty Center next week, and then they're home to Evergreen the last week of the football season. Again, a running back to the right and left, and we're going to run this football, I would think, tonight. 2 hands on the football by Bonnie, and Bonnie's ahead across the 40 to the 45-yard line. He'll get about 6, maybe 7. And a nice job there by Bonnie to just keep both arms on the ball and keep those legs churning forward. Bears get 7 on the 1st down carry, set up a 2nd down and a long 3. And more importantly, the clock down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play in this ball game, and they have a 21-point cushion here, 35-14. Connor Lamb goes up wide to the top of the field. Dean in the slot up there. Single receiver on the bottom side. 2 running backs, one to the left and one to the right of Nobis, and I gotta believe this one's going to stay on the ground. High snap. Devontae Royster has the ball. Left end, round the corner, 1st down, on his feet at the 45, on his feet up the sideline at the 30, on his way to the end zone at the 15, the 10, and Devontae Royster takes it 45 yards for a touchdown. Lock it up and be ready to take this one home, because the Bears are up 41-14 with 3:53 to play in this football game. And I'll tell you what, that was the last thing that I expected here tonight, for either one of these teams to really run away from the other one this evening. I thought this was going to be one of those good old-fashioned 35-28 football games tonight. Instead, Bears got off early, they got off often, and an extra point will give them now a 28-point lead. Snap is good, placement's good, kick's good. Bears up 42-14, 3:53 to go in the ball game. We'll be right back here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Darragh Shirky Ford Lincoln's employee discount is available to everyone, and the savings on new Ford trucks is incredible.
I'm Dieter with Darragh Shirky Ford Lincoln, showing you the brand new 2017 Ford F-150 XLT. Has an MSRP of $42,040, with Ford rebates up to $5,250. With a Darragh Shirky employee discount of $4,335, bringing the price of the truck to $32,455, and you'll save up to $10,000 on this truck.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
Tell you what, if we didn't get their attention before now, the Devontae Royster chugging up the sideline there, all 6'2" and 245 pounds of him. for that last touchdown, and the Bears now 42-14, and they'll kick off to Patrick Henry with just 3:53 to play in this football game, and that this ball game pretty much in their pocket. Smith going to kick this thing off. Holloway sits back deep. And Wensick also with him. They'll kick the ball to Wensick. He'll get it at about the 15, up the middle of the field. He's got open sideline here on the home side. He's at midfield, but we got a holding call right around the midfield stripe. The Bears will get the tackle by Smith right around the 40-yard line. In fact, Wensick will drive him all the way down inside the 35 to about the 33. But Smith was being held. He was the last guy, the last line of defense there to make the tackle, and right around the 47-yard line where he had his opportunity to make his move. He moved, but the jersey didn't, and the holding call, I think, is going to move this ball back inside Patrick Henry territory. Nice return by Wensick, though, tonight. He's done a nice job bringing the football back and had a couple of nice plays on a Friday night here in Hamler. But the walk-off will take the ball back to the 43-yard line. And the Bears defense now just needs to kind of hang on and play this one out for another 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Looks like they're going to change some personnel out there right now. Number 5, Peterson, I believe, is the young man coming in here. Hold on a minute. 21, Ben Peterson coming in here to play quarterback. And on the first down run, the Patriots will not quite get back to the line of scrimmage, as now we're going to start to pull out the numbers. Ben Peterson is a freshman, 5'5", 125-pound quarterback who's in there playing quarterback for them right now. 25 is Cade DeLong. He is a sophomore, 5'5", 130-pound running back in that backfield. 21 is, again, Peterson, the quarterback. Not used to seeing a 21 on a quarterback, but again, you go to the back number 2 guy, and he'll have a different number. They'll turn and hand the football off, and the run comes again straight up the middle, and it's again 25 this time, Cade DeLong. And DeLong will pick up a couple, and he'll set up now a third down. And about 7 here for the Patrick Henry Patriots. They have the ball on their own 45-yard line. Clock down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds and counting here in the fourth quarter. And I got to believe that everybody in this building is a little bit shocked as to what they've seen here tonight. These two teams came in pretty much ranked right next to one another in the conference. And we expected a good football game tonight, and the Bears offense showed up this evening, and the defense has done pretty well as well here tonight. And again, the run goes on the right side to DeLong, and the ball comes loose, and the Bears have it. And they're heading in the opposite direction to the 5, to the 4, touchdown, I believe, Golden Bears. That ball came loose, and I believe it was Dominic James that scooped it up. And before you knew it, he was at the 30-yard line and heading towards the end zone. And when it's all over and done, James is tackled down around the goal line but falls in. And it's a touchdown for the Golden Bears. And they stretch their lead now to 48-14. Dominic James with a fumble recovery and about a 45-yard run for the touchdown. And the extra point here is up and good. And just like that, the Bears lead 49-14. And there are people all around the NWAL right now looking at this score and scratching their head, especially Liberty Center and also the Evergreen Vikings, who still have the Bears on their schedule before this season is over. So 2:06 to play in the ball game. Bears scoop up a fumble and run it back 45 yards for a touchdown. And now, yeah, the clock's just going to basically run itself out from here with 2:06 to play in this game now over 30. Well, it was an interesting contest tonight. I've been over here and been on the short side of this score before, but I've never been over here on the long side of the score. And I got to tell you, it feels better on this side, because we've been on that other side too many times. Well, the Bears will have a big win tonight. They're going to get out of here with a victory. And it's going to make everybody back in Bryan a little happier to see them come home tonight. And they'll get things ready to go to Liberty next week, which should be a real interesting contest there between those two.
15.
Patrick Henry is going to go to 2-6 as this kick goes deep, and it'll go out of bounds. Heading down towards Lake Crosslands, and it didn't make it to Lake. It went out of bounds down around the 15, so the ball will come up to about the 35. And once we start the clock, it will not stop again as the Bears over that 30-point cushion. Bears with a lot of new faces out on their side of the football as well, and Patrick Henry moving some new guys in as well. 42 is Isaac Latta on the field, and for the Bears, let's see, we've got all kinds of guys. We'll have to go get a roster here real quick and start giving you some numbers and names. Bears have 13. Connor Arthur out here on one of the wings. In the middle is 55 J.J. Devlin on that defensive line. The handoff will go straight ahead, and the Bears all over that one.
Oh, not again.
Guys that are in there, Connor Lamb, 81, one of the first guys. Everybody ripping for that football, but I
76.
don't think it came out. Yes, it did. It came out, and the Bears pick it up, but I think 76, Mason Hausch
Recovery by Bryan.
was the young guy that picked that ball up, and the Bears just ripping and tearing that football, and once again, they have the ball on the Patrick Henry 32-yard line with the turnover, and that's 2 fumbles now within the last minute and a half of this football game to give the football back to the Golden Bears. And at this time, I've got to believe you're going to take a knee and allow this thing to roll out. Clock moving with 1:02 to play. And by the time we get to the line of scrimmage and get everything lined up, it's going to be down under a minute. They'll go to a victory formation right now. They've got about 14 guys on the field right now if you're the Golden Bears. Well, then they move Royster out and bring another guy onto the left end. They'll take a knee at the 42-yard line and just watch the clock roll from there. That's going to do it tonight, I believe. I don't think we'll get another playoff as the running clock will run itself out. And the Golden Bears are going to leave Hamler tonight with a 49-14 win over Patrick Henry. They're lined up. They've got 22 seconds on the game clock and 18 seconds on the play clock, so they'll have to run one more play here. But again, I'm sure it will be a kneel down as they get the snap, take a knee, and that'll do it. And I'll tell you what, there's a whole lot of Golden Bears over there who have come to Hamler and gone home disappointed, but not tonight, as they will win 49-14 as the clock goes to triple zeros. And the Bears wrap up another win in the NWAL. We'll head to Liberty Center next week. More importantly, we'll take a timeout, come back and wrap this thing up from Hamler tonight as the Golden Bears with a big win here in Hamler, Ohio, 49-14 on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Well, how many times have you seen this one in your life? If you're a Golden Bear fan, and as long as I've been around for the last 20 years, we haven't seen too many like this one. Bears come over to Hamler tonight, win 49-14 against Patrick Henry, and what an interesting evening for the Golden Bears as they come out with the victory here this evening. Hey, before we leave here tonight, we're going to wrap up the scoring drives for this evening. Stats we didn't keep tonight. I was by myself without Mr. Malenga, who is the #1 scorekeeper in the entire league. So I do have drive summaries, but I do want to remind you about something that's coming up with the boosters yet. Bryan Boosters boys basketball and girls basketball dueling pianos event is coming up on Friday, November the 3rd, so basically a couple of weeks from now. Friday, November the 3rd, 7:30, the doors open. That's the first week without football, first Friday night without football around the area on the 3rd of November. There will be 2 pianos. They had a great time last year. All the money goes for the Bryan boys basketball and the girls basketball program. Tickets are $30. You can get them from any of the boosters. There will be a cash bar, light snacks provided. You've got to be over 21. The doors open at 7:30. The show goes from 8 o'clock until 11. That's Friday, November the 3rd. Dueling pianos, sponsored by the Bryan Boosters, and to the benefit of basically the boys and girls basketball teams here in the city of Bryan. Well, with that, let's give you a very happy recap of how this all went down tonight. The Bears win tonight 49-14 here at Patrick Henry, which is something that I had to say I've never seen before. We've been beaten that way before over here, but we've never walked out of here with a win like that one, and we're very happy to do that here this evening. Let's start it up with the Bears' first scoring drive of the night. Happened with their first possession as they ended up winning the toss tonight, taking the football. They went down the field with 6 plays, 54 yards. It was an 11-yard touchdown pass to Bryson Andrews that made the Bears up 6-0. The extra point by Evan Smith was good, and it was 7-0 Bears. Bears held PH on their first drive of the night, took the football, drove it all the way down the field, 5 plays, 76 yards with a 61-yard hookup to Bryson Andrews again, and just like that, Andrews had 2 catches for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns, and it was off to a very good start on the night. Then the Bears again held the Patriots without a score and got the football back. Took the ball, drove it 11 plays, 74 yards. Zach Novus took it in from the 1-yard line for a quarterback sneak to make it 21-0. Then it was Alex Potvin with a catch right before the end of the first half. A 4-yard touchdown catch made it 28-0 Bears. Patrick Henry was able to drive and score right before the end of the half with 26 seconds left to go in the second quarter. They made it 28-7 at halftime. They got the kick to open up the third quarter and made the most of it, drove the field, and at the 10:07 mark of the third quarter, a 15-yard touchdown pass to Ramey makes it 28-14. With that, the Bears get the ball back, and they had a decision to make. Do they tough it out and bring it up and answer that score, or do they fold the tent and have another normal Friday night here in Hamler? Bears drove that one 40 yards in 9 plays, and Dom James went in from the 1 to make it 35-14 as we started that fourth quarter. Then it was Devontae Royster getting into the limelight, 46-yard run, made it 42-14 for the Bears. And they capped the scoring with a Dom James fumble recovery and a 40-yard run, which made it 49-14 with the extra point. So the Bears tonight come over to Hamler and do what the Bears have really had a lot of tough times in the past doing, and that is win. And not only win, but they win big. And their crowd and their fans are out on the field right now enjoying this celebration here at Hamler tonight as the Bears will take this one home tonight and be the winners, 49-14. Big thank you to all of our crew tonight from BMU. Eric Herman and the Charettes over here with us as we had Char. And then we had Big Josh. He's the guy that's really in charge, okay? I mean, Josh is the man that makes it all happen down there in the trailer. Eric just basically does what Josh tells him to do here tonight. But Sam and Shar from the Sharettes here tonight with the cameras. I thank everybody here at Patrick Henry for treating us very well tonight, feeding us very well. The cookies were delicious. The pizza was wonderful. And one last shout out to all of our sponsors here tonight, newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger, Amerimaid Realty, the American Family Insurance, Starks Heating and Cooling, Thiel Supply, Fair Auto Repair, Bryan Ford, Northwest State Community College, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Krill Funeral Home and Crematory, the Athletic Brewsters in Bryan, Darrell Shirkey Ford, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, and of course Bryan Municipal Utility, your home for high-speed data and cable television in Bryan. One last time, the Bears with a win tonight in Hambler, 49-14. Thanks to Big Ben back at the Q for getting us on the air tonight, and we'll hope you join us again next Friday night when we go to Liberty, and we'll be broadcasting at 7 o'clock on the Q 96.5 FM and BryanSports.com. For all of my crew here with me tonight, and my buddy Chris Malenga, who's out enjoying a Friday night off. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll talk to you next Friday night here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.